And welcome back to Icewindale, Rime of the Frostmaiden. We're back with the Icewind Trekkers, trekking into the Dwarven Valley and trying to deal with this undead problem permanently. You haven't figured out exactly where they keep pouring from or really what the major cause is, but there are some hints within the ancient texts of the history behind the Dwarven Valley, perhaps. For now, though, you did just repel a massive wave of them. It did feel as though these dwarves, they really wouldn't have stood a chance unless you guys had intervened. The zombies that assailed you were empowered, either with some sort of necrotic, toxic gas, or empowered by Shardlin crammed into their foreheads. And of course, they had an ogre to boot as well. And it looked as though there was some sort of perhaps lieutenant or leader here that was kind of commanding them strategically. And once they were taken out, they seemed to scramble around, well, like headless zombies. And after that, you managed to vanquish the rest of them and scrape through just barely. Silverstream is badly wounded, and he's kind of being dragged away from the rest of the fight. And the barricades have all been broken, bodies litter the tunnels, and there's still that kind of acrid chemical like smell in the air. But you made it through alive. And Silverstream sort of coughing up a bit of blood. Thank you. We should retreat for now.
Is there any
Yes.
way of
Why we have to die?
reinforcing barriers or setting up the barriers that you had again before we retreat? Do we need to try to set something up to slow them down if they come after us?
You know, I'm not too bad. I could work on those barriers if you want.
Happy to help
Aye,
too.
That's a good idea.
I do have something that might be able to help, depending on where we're gonna. I don't think we're going into the mines deeper, are we? Not right now. Maybe.
Not immediately.
think-
We need to recover
We should
and
fall
plan.
back for now.
Chris, can you pull up the
Somebody-
actual map of where we are?
Oh, okay, yeah. One of the other dwarves says, "Aye, remember, this was just a rescue mission. Stokely's alive. We should fall back, but you want to try and repair some of the barriers, you're more than welcome. We're going to get Silverstream here back to the west side of the Dwarven Valley."
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Silverstream, you did an excellent job holding position.
You get to safety.
Thank you.
Go
Alright.
chill with the walrus.
Don't do anything reckless. A walrus? Wait,
Never.
how did this get? there's kind of a. What in the blazes? You can hear it echoing down the tunnel.
Sort of paving in the tunnels, which I don't think the dwarves would appreciate. Does anybody have any ideas of slowing them down before we back up and try to take a breather?
I have something that can do that, but I also, do we want to interrogate any of these zombies?
Oh,
Oh.
that's not a bad idea. Maybe the smart one that looked like he was in charge.
Yeah, because I can talk to dead people sometimes.
Oh, that's useful. I was wondering how in the world we're going to interrogate these people.
Yeah, I mean, maybe the leader one. If you give me a list of 5 questions, maybe I could ask them to that person.
Yeah. I mean, that could be a good
Who's-
idea.
Who's raising you?
Oh, that's a good one. Who's raising you? I mean, yeah. Or who's controlling you? Yeah.
Yeah,
Which
what's your goal, I guess?
Yeah.
Like,
Which fork takes us to your leader?
What's your goal?
How many
Which
more
fork?
are you? How many more of them are there down there?
That's what I
And,
want to know.
How
right.
many more how many more of your kind are there?
undead, I guess.
Undead, yeah. Are there
And
Be specific. How many
Yeah.
more of your kind are in this mine?
in this mine? In
Yeah.
this mine.
Because they could say
Question.
that there are countless numbers of us and worldwide.
Right,
And which
right.
and which fork leads us to their leader?
I got that
Uh,
one
wh-
already. Which
Oh, you already
fork
got
do
that.
you like?
Okay, my bad.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
have one. I have 4 questions currently.
Um.
I have who is controlling you? What is your goal? Which fork do you like? And how many of you are there in this mine?
And I instead of saying who is controlling you, I would say how are you being controlled as a question, and then the follow-up question would be could we destroy that, or how do we destroy that object, person, God,
I mean,
whatever,
So
so
if
how are you,
the zombie doesn't know how to destroy it, then they wouldn't be able to tell us as well. Just they're
right, but
not
you're asking the magic user.
you just
who may or may not know. I'm just saying that that's a risk that we may or may not know what the outcome will be.
is this like how you get all your information? You just, if someone's dead, they just tell you what you want.
I mean, sometimes. I mean, sometimes it's just more of a casual conversation. But I feel like in this instance, I'm going to be forcing things a little bit more. So that would uh, require a little bit more to it, rather than just sort of buttering them up with niceties.
Well, whilst you work on that, thinking about it, there's a number of we've gone past a number of rooms where there's benches, beds, etc. We can probably build a somewhat decent barricade on each of the
Oh,
tunnels using those.
I have. If you want to build barricades there, I have something that in a little more of a tighter spot can do a good job as well.
Okay,
What do
so
you mean by
if
that?
Are you gonna pile the bodies up in a giant pile? Is that
No,
Oh.
I can create something of a barricade. It's usually more of a thing I use on my own outside, but it can be made into a barricade, kind of, I think.
Does it require dead bodies?
you one of those casters that can make those little huts, can't you?
Yes, I am.
I've seen those. We had a magic caster on the caravan, and when we were all setting up his tents, he just did whatever, and suddenly he had a place to sleep, and none of us could enter it.
Exactly. It was something like that. I just need a couple gems or something that I saw like hide in some of these rooms, and we can bing bang boom.
Sorry, that's
No,
such a
we
novel
have-
idea for that spell. That's I've never thought of. It's kind of mad.
It's brilliant because we could put it literally right where we're standing right now, and it would block off all of those corridors.
Not right. It's gonna be too small to block off all of this here, because it's only like 20
Back a
feet
little
across.
bit.
Or like
Yeah,
here?
It's like
Yeah.
like right here, where I'm standing would be good.
We sold all
Yeah.
our gems.
Or
What gems do we need?
if we
I
move,
saw some gems. I saw
Yeah.
some gems in the in one of the other rooms there.
yeah,
Okay.
if we move back to where this entranceway is towards the throne room, that looks like a narrow point, and then some of us can be. There's also like 2 points that we could be in, so That gives us multiple escape routes.
Yeah. I mean,
And
anywhere on like where Ashanti and I are right now to like just in front of this room is sort of good as well.
okay. So
Do we
that's
have time for a rest?
I mean, that's the whole point. That's the whole point. My
Are
barricade
we?
will allow us
Yeah.
to take a longer rest. It'll
Are,
last
are
for
we gonna
like
take a full rest? Because that would be great.
yeah.
And I mean,
no,
I don't
think
see
Yeah,
that these
8
zombies are
hours,
going
yeah.
anywhere.
I
Tiny
don't
hut allows
No.
for a long rest.
I don't want to be going further in right now. Like
Let's
yeah.
we got beat up. You guys need to heal up. I need to rest up. Yeah, we
Yeah. So if
Yeah.
we
do you have enough spell slots right now to question the leader? Because if we question the leader and get the information we need, then we can discuss what we want to do over the long rest.
I have this guy right here, and I hold up one of the skulls that I have with an
Yeah.
engraving on it.
Okay.
I'll just yeah, and then I have this guy right here, and I hold up Francis and Freddy, sorry, and that there's my two things there. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. And I think, Hella, I agree. I'm exhausted, and we need to rest desperately, but let's have him
Yeah.
question Zombie and then set up, the little invisible tent, and then we can get a proper rest.
Yeah. I'm wondering if it might be what, as reliable as I'm sure that is, as like an initial thing, we could just block some of these tunnels with benches and things. It wouldn't take long. And what, if anything, more so as a warning that they're coming, because we'll be able to hear them break through the wood.
That's a good plan as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Set like an
Yeah.
alarm sort of thing.
Well,
Yeah.
I do like that, but I do want to point out that we don't want to make it so impassable that if we have to retreat suddenly when we're down going after the big guy or
Oh,
gal,
well,
that we block ourselves or we make it hard for us to get back up the tunnels. That's why I like the little invisible tent idea.
well, we can do
well,
both. We can have the barriers for the initial warning, and then I have the tent as
yeah, like they're not going to
uh,
be like the strongest barriers in the world. They'll be more just a slight deterrent that will slow them down a bit and give us a bit of
We'll be-
warning. Yeah,
We'll be opening it back up when we go through anyway.
yeah,
Okay.
but yes.
All right.
In
Well,
fact,
I'll get to that while you guys do
yeah,
your speaking to
So-
dead.
I'll
You're
help
the
you
only
with
one
that.
you're the only one that can find the gems. And because you're a dwarf, you'll be able to spot the gems and their value. So
oh, weren't there? I saw gems in this other room up here. There are green gems in one of these rooms up here. We saw.
no.
Feel like that's stereotype, but
possibly.
also correct.
Well, I mean, no. I mean, you're a dwarf. I mean,
No, you're not wrong. It's fine.
Weren't there? I'm gonna go look for some gems up here. Are there gems up here?
Yeah. You just need a 10-piece gold gem in order to cast this tiny hut. You
Yeah.
should see there is there's a
there's-
kind of a throne, and there does
There's
appear to be.
overturned. There's gems all over the place in this room up here.
Yeah, these are the gemstones on the back of the throne. But
I'm sure they'd be okay with us taking a little bit of their throne in order to save their
Yes.
entire castle place.
Meanwhile,
Alright.
I will be working with Skrapp to drag benches and bed frames and everything out to kind of block each of the tunnels. So,
Yeah.
um,
What do you do with the bodies?
Oh, I gotta go interrogate one of them
Oh.
first.
Yeah,
I think
if you
this
take that
bigger
one,
opening here, we pile all the bodies up as its own barricade.
yeah.
yeah, body
Yeah.
barricade plus the wooden barricade sounds good.
Yeah, bodycade.
Okay, I'm asking, how are you being controlled? How to destroy the thing you're controlling? What is your goal?
No, the
Which
thing
fork?
controlling you.
The thing controlling. Yeah, that's right. The thing controlling you. Which fork takes us to the correct place we want to go to destroy the thing? And how many undead are there in this mine? Right?
Okay.
Yes, that should work.
And if
Yeah.
he
Alright, so
doesn't
I'll
know
take out.
exact numbers, just say, yes. You
Like a
know,
rough number.
rough number, yeah.
Okay, I will take out the skull with the etchings on it, and I will sort of crack it on my knee a little bit, and then there's a sort of misty, viscous, sort of heavy fog that's pouring out of it, and I just sort of drape that over the was I think the lead caster zombie, and that's
This
my
one.
casting Speak with Dead.
Okay. You start to see the jaw line kind of crack, jitter, before a kind of a ghostly wisp of air enters into their throat, and you see the parchment dry rib cage begin to rise. The eye sockets begin to ever so faintly glow with some semblance of life, but the rest of the body remains still.
Good. Okay, I have some questions for you that you will need to answer. Question number 1. What is controlling you?
Looks around, almost in search of the answer. Perhaps they're distracted. They seem to be almost in a state of recognition of this place. And then it seems as finally the question lands in their ears and they turn back to you and they say, "The mage. The mage. His name was Akar Kessel. It's the tyrant of Icewindale."
Wait.
Don't ask any more questions just now. What is your goal? And or the goal of the tyrant of Icewindale?
My goal was to craft a masterpiece. But I guess that goal will have to be performed in the afterlife by Moradin's side. I just seek rest now.
They didn't give us anything. Okay.
You begin to realize
How?
this was a dwarf, and it seems as though you're not talking to a servant of the creature, but rather a poor soul who was reanimated and used. And but you did ask specifically, and or the goal of a Carcastle. So he kind of looks at you and says, "I was just a puppet for this mage. I do not know his full machinations, but I I think he's raising an army to take back Icewindale, perhaps. He's gathering the black ice, using it, infusing it. He seems to know more about it than anyone else. He's crafted weapons and armor,
Giving me lots.
but to
Okay.
what end I do not know."
Probably for that army he mentioned. Okay. How many more undead zombie creatures are there in these mines?
There are legions, as many as there were buried away in the catacombs of the Dwarven Empire. But with every one that falls fighting them, it only adds to their army. Begins to look around and sees the rest of you. But there are powerful ones amongst the rabble. Ones he has chosen as his champions. And empowered with Shardlin.
Hello?
Of these 3 forks takes us down to where the tyrant of Icewindale is.
Kind of like tries to lean up and look down towards. His head kind of like lolls down to the side. He looks around. I know these tunnels well. I dug them in my youth. Let's see. This one will lead to the catacombs. The center one he points at and gestures with his head. The north one will lead to mining tunnels, incomplete or caved in. South one. The south will lead to the deep forges. And the black ice there is being harvested to outfit the army. Out of the 3, the mines are the least deadly. They have no reason to go in there. The Shardlin is brought from the surface. But where they are is most likely within the catacomb. He is a powerful necromancer, raising the heroes of the Dwarven Valley to become new puppets. But traveling along one of these 2 tunnels, you will certainly encounter their forces. There may yet be a way, perhaps through the mine. Maybe there's a offshoot tunnel that will lead to the behind of the catacombs. There are many secret tunnels. May be able to circumvent their forces and go for the leader.
Okay, thank you for that. Now, this is the final question, and then you may rest. How do we defeat the tyrant of Icewindale?
You see a grave look on their face, almost as if their eyes just extinguish away. It almost feels as though there is no answer to this, and they simply return back to rest, but perhaps with their last rest breath, they say, "He was thought defeated before,
by the likes of the drow Dritz to Erden
That's where I've
and his companions. And yet, he has returned. There may be no way to defeat him. At least, not permanently.
And with that, you see the body kind of collapse back into like a pile of bones.
I'm going to, after that happens, I'm just going to hold my hand over his forehead for a moment and whisper some quiet words, and then hold my hand down over his face as if to close his eyes if he had eyelids at the time.
Yeah.
And then I'll
Okay.
look up to the group and just go, man, what a chatty Cathy. He was just not stopping there. I didn't want to interrupt. He just kept giving me more and more and more. What a fantastic gentleman.
I've heard of this castle person. Dritz fought him. And you don't know this because we just met, but I got to meet Dritz once. I actually have a piece of his cloak. Oh my god, I may get to fight one of his enemies. This is so cool. Sorry.
You're a big fan.
I am.
You said you met the Dritz fella. Did he say why he wasn't able to defeat him? Like, was he sick that day or something?
No, I was he came up to our campfire. He was journeying and traveling, and he just wanted something hot, and a little bit of food, and then he had to travel on. He didn't stay long. He came up and told us some stories in exchange for the food, and then he had to leave again. But when he was coming in, there were these bramble bushes just outside our camp, and one of the thorns ripped a little bit of fabric away from his cloak, and I still have a piece.
He's a bit of a fangirl. It's all right. You get used to it.
I get it.
Do you always get so much information from those questions? Because I didn't think from a zombie we would get much at all, but that was a lot of...
That's what I said. I mean, I was a little bit surprised. I thought maybe 1 or 2 word answers, but he told us like how to get around behind the catacombs and everything. That was fantastic. No, normally I don't get that much information. Normally they're sometimes dead people are pretty vague with their answers, and they just want to not be disturbed. So it's a bit hit or miss.
I suppose
Yeah.
if the dwarf is a resident here, he wants to give as much information as he can to bring down the threat.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, could be. Could be.
Mm.
We should probably. I mean, it does sound like all of these zombies we just fought were maybe not willing participants, so to speak.
Yeah.
Maybe we should treat them with a little bit of respect in our burials. And I'm gonna, as soon as I say that, sort of take the skull off one of them and start cleaning it off to make a new spell skull.
Okay. Yeah, that's respectful. Perfect.
I mean, it seems like... I mean, the obvious route is to go straight to the catacombs and take... Once we've rested, of course, and take the fight to them, but the mine going round the back also seems like a smart move. But
we're very stealthy.
But so does going to the forge and cutting off their weapon supply.
It is a conundrum worth pondering.
Yes, but
maybe we should ponder it inside his safe space, so that we can start to get a rest. And I kind of abandoned bits and the axe speaks up top, so I'd like to go up and get them inside shelter. And
I mean, we can probably leave them in
down.
we could probably leave them in like the throne room sort of area.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'll go get them.
Yeah, I'll go with you.
All right.
I mean,
hey, do you guys want me to Do you guys want to do another one of those speak with dead ones, or something else next time? I got something else next time I could do. I was thinking of.
What's
that
the
might-
something else?
Well, I was thinking maybe a dispel magic, because those tentacle things really mess us up in that fight. So maybe if that happens
Yeah,
again, I
that
could sort of be like, no magic here.
I
would-
like that.
That would be cool.
yeah,
Alright,
that could
alright,
be
I'll-
Got all
useful
the
indeed.
information we need, but a dispel magic sounds like a good plan.
Right,
Like
because
that
Yes.
it's a one or the other. I'll go with the dispel magic just for variety's sake, and I'll start etching in the spell for dispel magic.
Yes, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
yes. Let's if we set up the hut here, and we put the axe beaks in this chamber, then they'll also be protected by the hut. They won't be in the hut, but they'll be safe because they won't be able to get past the hut to get to them.
I mean, the idea is that the hut is like we put it up.
Yeah,
over
it's
here,
Yeah.
blocking.
over-
Yeah.
Over here,
Hulla?
block the
Are
whole
you
entrance.
coming with us?
You guys go ahead. I'm gonna stay here and I want to keep an eye on things here.
Okay. Oh, crud. Okay, Barry, I'm gonna let you go ahead and get bits and axe beaks. I don't want anybody to be alone.
So you don't want anyone to be alone, so you're gonna send me off alone.
I'll
No,
how about you-
Scrap was following you. I
Well,
thought.
Okay.
Ashanti, why don't you and Skrapp go up and get them? I'll stay back here with Hulla, and I need time
Okay.
to cast my little hut anyway, so
Okay.
it'll
All right.
be good.
As long as she's not alone. Right.
Yeah, no,
Sure.
I'm staying with
I'm
David.
coming.
That's what I meant. Sorry.
Yeah, it's pronounced David, but that's okay.
David?
David.
David?
Ah,
David?
close.
Almost.
David.
Heavy.
Okay.
Oh,
David.
you're very close. It's David.
I'll get it eventually. Just keep on me.
It's all right. Elvish can be tough. It's a lot of words sound alike in Elvish.
David.
That's just completely like, what are you from the Underdark or something? Oh.
Could have a
So
time.
we get outside to
Mhm.
get the axe beaks. I turn to the others and I'm like, maybe I'm thinking wrong here, and maybe you can convince me otherwise, but there's a tyrant down here who's raising the dead. We
Mhm.
come to a place full of dwarves, and there's a guy hiding out who's a half-elf who can live for a fairly long time, and we just see him animate the dead in front of us. Should we be
Mm.
concerned?
I mean, he seems decent enough, but I do see your point.
He does. But there just happens to be a person who can make the dead come alive. Where there's
Oh.
loads of dead coming alive.
I mean,
Like, how do we know his name is actually David and not, or David, or whatever it is, and not actually this Akar fellow?
he doesn't look like a very long dead necromancer who's somehow come back. Like, I mean,
Do they usually look dead?
He could have wiped us out. He was standing behind us during that whole battle.
yeah. And if it
And
wasn't for
Yeah.
his silence
easily-
spell, we could
Right.
have lost that.
And he
I don't know,
didn't
maybe-
have to ask the questions. He didn't have to tell us he had that power.
Mm.
He willingly told us he had that power, and then asked the questions that we told him to ask.
Okay. But I'm just thinking, like, we've just met this guy. He seems great and all. Maybe we have an air of caution about us until we're done with this area.
Yeah, of course.
I agree.
Hmm.
607 would totally be on board with that.
I
that we be
could be
careful.
I could be overthinking things.
No, I think you're right. 607 would be appalled that we were just trusting some random person sitting, that we just found in a dungeon full of undead things.
Hmm.
So you are right about that. I
Me-
just think the guy could have killed us so easily if he had been the bad guy. Why keep us alive?
Well, one of the questions that got answered was they were looking for champions to turn undead and corrupt with the black ice.
Right.
Ashanti,
Again,
you look like a champion.
kill us off. So
Hmm.
you
Or
can
is it a
turn.
long game? Anyway,
Yeah.
I'm probably just overthinking, as I said. But yeah, air of caution, I'm just thinking might be the best.
I think that's a good piece of advice regardless.
Yeah. And once we're out of here and all's good, there'll be no issues. Hopefully.
All right. I don't know that we should take the Axe Speaks all the way back to the throne room, but there was a room just off this corridor, it looked like, as we were walking up, that might be a really good choice.
Yeah.
That way
True.
they're close enough to the exit to get out if there's a problem. And but far enough in that they're out of the weather.
I mean, I was suggesting the throne room because it's going to be blocked off by the spell, so there'd be definitely no way any zombies could sneak around, because it's possible the zombies could come through from somewhere else. Like we saw them in that mushroom garden earlier, so we
Yeah,
leave
we
them
could keep
here.
the dwarves. We could keep the dwarves safe in there as well if they want.
Okay.
Yes, but yeah. Let's get the axe beaks. We can put them wherever everyone thinks best, and then we can rest up, and I can prepare some better machines for tomorrow, and apparently get
Right.
rid of my hiccups.
All right. So whilst you guys are outside and David and Hulla are spending 10 minutes casting this ritual, you guys are alone with the howling mines and the deathly catacombs. Doesn't feel like anything's moving in that massive pile of undead, but Hulla, you're keeping your eyes peeled anyway. I guess you would have piled this death log back on there. There we go. Go ahead.
You okay? You seem to be connected to death a little bit more than the others, I'd say.
Oh, I guess it makes sense that you'd pick up on that. No, I'm kind of. Well, I'm an acolyte of the Temple of Hades, which means that I'm supposed to be, more connected to, like, not so much life after death as like the doors between life and death.
Yeah.
At least I'm trying to be.
So is that like you want to make sure that you're shepherding people off to the other afterlife area properly? Make sure that their
Yeah, like making sure
spirits and everything's okay?
that the right people um that the right people are going at the right times, and that nobody goes who doesn't need to, and that the mostly it's about balance. It's about maintaining the balance between um life and death, I guess.
How do you know when
And
somebody's needs to go? You said like making sure nobody goes before they need to, but like you can't always control that, right? People
no.
die people die all the time when they maybe should have had another chance or something.
Well, that's the question, isn't it? I mean, like my our friend had died, and we'd gone quite a ways out to bring him back. And I'm not
Oh,
sure if that was the right thing to do, but I think it wasn't his time yet, and he still had a lot of quests to
mm,
do, and the things that took him was an undead, so it was an unnatural death, and But
Was it
like,
one of
how
the
do you?
ones? One of the people outside there getting the X?
Yeah, yeah, the dwarf.
Oh yeah,
So
okay. Yeah, yeah,
he's
yeah.
actually been dead already, twice.
Oh shit. Maybe I met
Yeah,
him before.
yeah. Uh,
Hmm.
so anyway, I'm not an expert in it the way you are, I guess, but I
I've,
do my best, and I'm
I'm
trying to.
I'm not an expert really. Like most of the time, like it's people who are already uh crossed that barrier. Like you've already shepherded them through, and
Mhm.
then I sort of get a chance to say, "Hey, what's up?" But like
But
I'm
it was
not an
pretty
expert
cool what you
in
did. It was pretty cool,
uh,
like
I
talking to people.
commune. That's what I do.
Yeah,
I talk to people. I commune. I can. It's about to also like. Uh, this is gonna sound well, maybe not weird for you, I guess, and maybe because the other guy died. Um, you know what a séance is, right?
sure. When you talk to spirits and things, and you call
Yeah,
the
yeah,
undead
yeah,
in. Yeah,
yeah. Like
yeah.
that's what my profession is, or was, I guess. Uh,
Not anymore.
complications, so to speak. But yeah, it
Okay.
was my profession. Talk to people would pay me some money, and I'd say, "Hey, who do you want me to talk to?" And they'd be like, "Hey, my grandmother passed away, and I just want to make sure I'm to look after her cat properly, or something like that." And I'd be like, "Yeah, sure, no problem." Biggity bam, done. This is kind of a little bit more intense. But yeah,
Huh.
that comfort. People like to have that comfort in knowing that their loved one has moved on,
Sure.
and you know,
But
sometimes I connected with them, sometimes I didn't, but always take the money. Payment up
well,
front, right?
can I ask, like, what, like, why you're here in Icewindale? This doesn't seem like you're like the usual haunt for half elves and half elf mediums and things.
I mean,
I mean,
I
everybody's
lived.
got a story who's here.
I was born in Icewind Like,
Really? Where you were? We
yeah,
haven't
yeah,
seen a
yeah,
lot of
yeah.
half elves.
Well, you haven't been by my family's shop, maybe.
Where are they located?
Uh, it's a town. I don't know if do you know the town? There's 10 of them. If you know
Yeah,
the 10,
we've been to
they're
the
called
towns.
10. They're 10 towns. They're called the 10 towns.
Yeah, yeah.
And the one that I am from, it's kind of hard to pronounce because just try. It's called East Haven.
East Haven. We've been to East Haven.
Oh shit,
I'm,
yeah. Oh, and
yeah.
you guys didn't like. You gotta
Well,
be
I mean,
you gotta be careful in the 10 towns though. Like if you go
yeah,
into
I
the
got
towns,
robbed there. I got robbed at East Haven.
yeah, that
A little
happens.
bit. A little bit.
That happens. I mean, it's part of the charm though, right?
Ye-
Sometimes you rob, sometimes you get robbed, and it all works out in the end.
Well, we haven't done a whole lot of robbing yet. Maybe we're not quite in the culture yet. In
Oh
that
yeah,
part.
yeah. It's a local custom. You take a bit of coin, you go buy a beer, and then maybe you get drugged or something. I don't know.
That's that's cool with you?
Happens. Hey, but listen, you got to be careful in the 10 towns. I don't know if you guys know about this, but there's a lottery that they're doing,
Oh yeah.
and
We
it's
uh we heard about
it's
the lottery.
it's
We put
not
a stop
good.
to it.
What do you mean put a stop to it?
Where have you been? Have you not heard of the Icewind Trekkers? We came in and we fixed everything. We
What do you mean you
stopped the
fixed
lottery from
everything?
happening
The lottery was just happening like 2 days ago.
in East Haven. For you mean for someone to be kicked out and sent out into
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah. Guess who got kicked out? And I'm gonna point to myself. 2 days
N-
ago.
No way.
Yeah,
You did?
yeah, 100%.
I thought, okay. I'm
They
gonna have
pulled
to
the
talk
name.
with my friends when we
They
get back
pu- they
because we
pulled the
thought
name
that
out of the.
that was done.
Yeah, it's totally. Listen, I was all excited because they had just got this red wizard guy or something. He was, I don't know, everyone was all suspicious, and like, oh, we're gonna burn him at the stake, and I'm like, oh sweet, this will like drum up some business for me, and it'll be awesome. And then like that afternoon, I got picked for the lottery, and yeah, you guys have since then stopped it though. Like that's pretty quick. That's like a day too short, I guess, for me.
Wow. I don't know what to say. I'm sorry. I thought that we had put a stop to all that.
Maybe I missed you.
And you really haven't heard of us? Like
I
we're friends with Captain Indra, and we.
okay. Indra's not the captain though.
Oh, Speaker Indra?
Oh no,
Who's
sorry.
Indra?
No, she's not the speaker. Yeah, she's the captain. Sorry. Yeah, my memory's not there. She's not the speaker though. Waylon's the
No,
speaker.
Waylon, the dead one.
No, he's not dead. Unless he's one of these dudes here in the pile. He's the one that drew my name.
This was 2 days ago, you said. How
yeah.
long have you been in the tunnels for? Just out of curiosity.
I mean, I came in the tunnels when you did. I've been out in the wandering for like 2 days though, but yeah.
How did you survive without, cold weather gear or anything like that? Like,
Well, I am wearing cold weather gear. Thank you for observing. And
but
I
I
have
mean,
my hook.
like when people kick you out, don't they take away your gear? Isn't that the whole deal?
Nah, I
Am I
stashed a
getting
bunch.
things? Oh,
You gotta
you
plan ahead.
stashed.
I knew, there's a chance you're always gonna get picked in the lottery, so you stash, some gear a little bit outside town in a secret hidey hole, and bang bang boom.
Wow, you are clever.
Gotta be prepared.
Apparently.
It's all about you gotta give the people a show. They know what they want.
So does this mean you can never go back to East Haven?
I think there would be some questions if I did.
Yeah. And you also can't ever, like, go back to 10 towns because they all think you're dead.
The other 10 towns are probably fine. Like, I'm not necessarily like a world renowned, although I'd like to be, but the ones are probably fine. I used a lot of makeup when I did my gig, so maybe people won't recognize me outside of East Haven, but yeah.
And there was really enough business for like a medium, for that small town to support a medium.
Have you noticed that a lot of people die up here?
A lot of people do die up here.
And I mean, even before this endless, well, I don't know how long endless, but the winter, that people still die. People live, people die. People want their fortunes told. Hey, they want that reassurance, right? Will I find the love of my life? Yes, it's just around the corner. You only need to look. All that vague stuff. They eat it up. But dead people I'm good at.
Well, thank goodness you are, because, yeah, that that little interview was really useful. We just gotta wait for the others to come back.
I mean, you brought that other guy back from the dead, though, right? You said he died to an undead before, and you brought him back.
Well, it was kind of complicated. There was involved some dragon bones and a curse. We may not have done it correctly.
Yeah, you gotta be careful with curses.
He's kind of still a little bit cursed, so it's kind of rough. Yeah.
Yeah, curses can be tricky, and then you don't want to get like, if you get like the undead like spirits in your head, and they like live in your head, then it can be annoying more than anything. But they can influence you and whatnot, right? So because they always want something, vengeance or peace, or they want a specific person killed or whatever it is, and yeah, they'll just annoy you until you do it.
Can you like do anything about that? Because we may have a couple of cases where there's an undead person living in one of our heads. Two of our heads.
There, an undead person in your head, ghost. Oh, is it the white lady? I heard about her.
You heard about the white lady. Okay,
Yeah,
yes,
there's a
it's definitely the
statue of the
white
white
lady.
lady. There's a statue of the white lady in the hall in East Haven. Giant thing made of
Really?
this the black ice like that guy's head.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. The white lady is definitely an issue.
No shit, she's real, huh?
She's kind of haunting us a little bit.
Okay. Okay. And who is she currently haunting? Is it you? She's currently haunting?
That's actually a good question. I don't think so.
Wait,
Didn't 607
didn't she?
take them?
It's she's no longer with
Ah,
me, right?
I think
that's right. Yeah,
607
now
took them.
607. Mm-hmm. You're right.
Yeah. I just have my slime ball.
Slime ball? You're the ghost inside your head is called slime ball?
Was
Um
that in character?
well, okay. So I mean there's a separate thing. It's not an undead thing with me, but there is a voice in my head that belongs to like an alien type creature.
Like the
It's not
little
important
girl
why.
out there. Like the little lizard girl out there. She said she's from another planet, whatever that is.
Yeah. Yeah. Similar to that. Except this one is kind of a parasite that I can't get rid of.
Oh,
So, that's a thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like doubly bad. It's a parasite and a ghost. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you gonna change? Like, are you gonna be transformed into some kind of monster?
Who, me?
Yeah, because
Why would you say that?
you said you had a parasite ghost living in your brain.
Oh, no, the ghost just wants to kind of be there, I think.
Eh,
I don't think they want much. They just want to kind of hang out. It lets me
eh,
cast telepathic spells, which is kind of cool. But,
give and take,
uh,
though, right?
yeah.
Uh, you said, and there's somebody else in your group that has
Oh, yeah. Barry, the
spirit.
dwarf,
Yeah.
might have a little bit of uh, a white dragon, an ancient white
Ah,
dragon's bones because of when we resurrected him, and I haven't
right.
been able to get rid of it. It's a whole thing.
Oh, okay. But that is the plan, right? Because white dragons are generally no bueno.
The plan is to, yes, get rid of it. And I actually need to give that a try pretty soon. But
How did the other big
hasn't come up
girl?
yet. Hasn't come up yet.
The other big girl had some ghosts, but they seemed to be like helping. They seemed good. You know, when we were fighting, there was some ghosts that like I don't know.
Oh yeah,
Older,
Ashanti.
the old.
She's got her ancestors helping her out. That's super
Oh
cool.
yeah, yeah, the older ladies that were there. Yeah,
I'm telling you a lot, by the way.
people love to talk to me. It's what I do.
You have a way about you.
I do. I really do. But I told you a lot too. I told you I'm from East Haven, and how to pronounce my name correctly.
Yeah, David. I've almost got it.
That's better.
Pretty.
Let's save it.
Yeah, David.
Good. That's almost there. You're the best of them, I think, so far, in
Oh,
terms of
thank
the
you.
name pronunciation.
I'm trying really hard. I don't know if you can
So,
tell.
as a death cleric, are you like gonna put these souls to rest and carry them to the great beyond?
Um, I mean, I guess eventually once we kill all the undead parts of them, then yes.
So you're not gonna
I,
do
I'd
like a
I'd like
funeral.
to say a few words to maybe um pass them on, or like help them pass on to the next level, to the next
Okay.
phase of existence, I guess.
Okay.
I'm not really good at coming up with words. Words are not my specialty. I just kind of think about things and hope for the best, and that seems to kind of work.
When it comes to the undead and like spirits and whatnot, words help, but intentions are important, right? They can sense things that we can't. So your intentions are effective. If you mean well and you want to help them pass on, then a lot of times they'll be able to sense that and they'll be like, yeah, you may not be the most eloquent person in the world, but we'll give you a chance because you're cool.
That's kind of the vibe I'm going with, I guess. Like I say, it seems to work. I'm not
People
mm.
love like a quiet, genuine person. Like some people talk too much. And they're like, "Oh, you're so annoying. You talk too much. What's going on?" But then you have like a good, genuine person who just wants to help and like, "Hey, you're dead. I want to help you pass on to the next life." Hey, that's good.
Well, maybe you can help. Maybe we can do it together, since there seems to be a lot of undead down here. Like, boy, wow.
And you guys
There's...
faced undead before, so maybe it's like a theme.
We have faced all kinds of monsters. I'm really surprised you haven't heard of us.
No. You guys, you're like you've done a lot. Like for, have you been to Targos?
We
They're not
have
very
been...
nice there.
No,
I'd say.
they were mean to us. We didn't like it so much.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I
like,
don't think that. And good mead is the best. They've got, I mean, the mead that they're known for. It's just,
ooh,
it's so good. It's delicious. And
yeah.
when we go back, we should go to Goodmead and we should get some of their mead and like have a party and like celebrate. Hey, we maybe potentially have taken out the tyrant of Icewindale that even Mr. Dritz didn't do.
I have maybe some news for you about good mead.
Ah,
This may
no.
change how you feel about things, but
Did they get
With
overrun?
that, I think we jump cut to Stokely, who's like, I could really use a drink right now. You only got any mead? And he's obviously completely, he's like nearly dead. The other guys are still guarding the safe entrance, or what are you guys up to now?
We were grabbing the axe beaks and whatnot, and probably the dwarves as well, if we're gonna barricade inside the throne room, if they want to.
Yeah, the
I'm
axe
gonna
beaks
be
are secure.
out here doing the casting of
And we'll start coming back with them all. I'll leave the walrus out there to keep things safe. Whether the dwarves want to come back in or not, I don't know, but we let them know that the throne room should be the securest of the rooms inside the mines.
All right then. I think they're pretty injured. All right, so they're gonna stay back in the other west side of the valley where they're recuperating, repairing replenishing their wounds. However, Stokely will mention whilst you guys are with him, he'll say, by the way, the holes of black ice, or whatever they were, you renamed them. We found the strange garden of herbs, and it's like a little druid's grove down there, right?
Oh, and the drunk talking seeds.
Well, we since used those herbs to craft some minor healing potions, and well,
oh wow,
they might assist you in your upcoming battle. So
are you sure you don't want some of that yourself? You look like you're about to die, like you're bleeding all over the potions right now.
Well, you guys are trying to push through, and I think that's commendable. I think, if anything, you deserve it, and you're gonna need it more than I.
Oh, okay then.
Very generous.
Oh, no. Thank you for coming back when you did.
It was
Saved my life and saved the lives of many more.
It was on our way. We thought we'd check up on you guys. We didn't realize you were in such bad straits. You seemed like you had a handle on it when we left.
As did we. But the undead only got more ferocious, more powerful.
Well, we'll either sort it out or we'll die. We'll see.
Oh, don't die.
That's
You
the
die,
plan.
then I don't know if there's anyone else who would even be able to stop them.
Hmm. Well, there's a mechanical robot going about. You never know. And a resurrected hunter of a tribe. Maybe they'll form a new party with new people.
Sorry, the idea of Geist in 607 forming a new party is just of all the people.
Anyway, yeah, we're going in to have a small rest before we progress on.
Yeah.
All right.
We,
Here, let's give you each a potion of healing.
Wow, thank you.
You can distribute them however you like. But yeah, since you freed the Halls of Black Ice, they've had access to that herb garden, and I don't think you guys made much use of it, but the dwarves did, and they've made a number of potions in the days since. So, one for David as well. Here you go. So on your character sheet, you should each have at least one potion of healing.
Yeah, I just dropped one on. Oh, you dropped one on anyway. Okay, never mind.
It's already on there, yeah.
I'll delete mine then.
Mm-hmm.
And then, as we're walking back and we hear the talk of Goodmead, and I'm like, oh, you're catching him up about Deathmead, I see.
Who? Death. Why
Deathmead.
Deathmead? Is it like zombies like a thing with you guys? Is that like?
I mean,
Because that's really
From-
going all in.
from what the guys have said, they were using the corpse of some regenerating creature to feed these like wasps that feed on corpses and make honey
Uh-huh.
for the meat.
Did you
Yeah.
ever wonder how they had fresh honey in the midst of all this winter?
Well, I didn't need
With
to
no
wonder.
flowers or anything?
No, I knew.
You knew about the corpses.
How do you think the flavor got so good?
Wait,
Hey.
did you help them with it?
I didn't help them with it. They could do it on their own.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, it's reusing the body through the life cycle. It happens anyway. If you bury a body, you know what happens? It decomposes, and the nutrients and the nitrates go back into the soil and help the flowers grow. And then the flowers get eaten by the animals, and the animals get eaten by other animals, and the cycle goes on.
Well, you knew, but
The
others
spirit's already
didn't.
been lifted. They're just empty carcasses at that point.
Yeah.
They've
Well,
been
you
buried
didn't know,
properly.
but other people didn't know, so
Ah.
it's all right. I've spread the word around the towns anyway. 9 towns
Oh.
now know about it all.
And they're calling it Deathmead.
Well,
We are.
We're trying to
yeah,
spread it around, yeah.
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 Have
And
sales gone up?
Dugan's hole has been taken over by goblins, but that's a deal that they
Yeah.
made, so
But I don't think because the goblins have taken over Dugan's Hole that they're now back to classing themselves as the 10 towns. But it's still the 9 towns and Goblin's Hole.
So guys, the thing is, David here might be a little behind on the news because apparently, get this, he was
You guys are big
exiled
stars. Oh yeah,
from-
that too.
He was exiled from East Haven in the lottery. Remember the
Wait,
lottery?
What?
but the
Oh.
lottery was
Yeah.
stopped like a month ago.
That's
Yeah.
what I said.
Well,
Like,
it was
even
less
I
than a
know
month
that, and
ago
I've
we
been
stopped
traveling.
it.
Wait. David, what day do you think this is? Can you tell me
Tuesday?
the month and the day?
No. It's 2 days after I left. I left
When
on
did
a
you
Saturday.
leave?
I left on Saturday. Well, I guess it's
Like,
Monday then. Oh, 2 days. It's been 2 days, so it's been Sunday and been Monday. So today's Tuesday. Yeah.
so what other things happened before you left East Haven?
There
Yeah,
was
the-
the wizard that they caught, and I didn't get to see him burn, but they were gonna burn him.
The Red Wizard.
Yeah.
But when we saw him burn, and then we found out that Speaker Whalen was fudging the lottery, and
What?
then
What do
we
you mean?
made it so it was properly picked out, and Speaker Whalen was the one voted out as part of the lottery.
That was like 2-3 weeks ago.
I know.
I think.
Which were you not? Are you sure you've not been gone for like 2 months? Were you not the lottery before?
I just I
The
haven't
last-
seen anybody. You like the outside, and you guys were like the first people I've seen in a couple days. Well, for weeks, I guess.
How
Maybe.
did you
Ooh,
get to
that's
these
strange.
mines?
I
How
walked.
did
You can imagine you can get a lot of places by walking.
You, by chance, did you sleep for a very long time at some point?
I assume you mean between the lottery and now, and not like when I was 14.
No, I mean like
Yes.
between the lottery that you got exiled and now, and 2 days ago, shall I say.
No more than normal, I don't think.
Hmm.
Mm.
Another mystery, you guys.
Yeah.
Hey,
Well.
So you guys are like big heroes or something? You stopped the lotteries? Like so like
Yeah, they
is
did.
Oral not getting any kind of appeasement anymore? Like that's not gonna be good.
I mean,
The-
it didn't seem to be helping. So.
Yeah,
No, you gotta
people,
make sacrifices.
people were still dying. The winter was still here, and we had a big meeting with all the speakers and convinced
Uh-huh.
them that if things were this bad, how much worse could it possibly get?
So
So why not stop the lottery and see what happens? Why not keep the
and
resources to themselves to actually keep them alive?
huh?
And they all agreed, mostly.
So forgive me if this sounds what are you guys trying to do up here?
Oh.
Like I get the sense you're not from the 10 towns. So what are you trying like what's your end goal? Is it to uh end the endless winter and defeat Oral, or is it to set up and make the towns all happy and give goblins their own little space?
Oh,
Little from column A, little from column B, I guess. Though personally, I'm just traveling with the group until I find my blueprint or I find a way home. But that might involve beating Oral, so meh.
yeah, I've got to.
Oral, like in general, defeating Oral and ending the endless winter for the 10 towns and the people there within is on your list of things to do.
Well, I'm
That's
trapped in some sort of deal where if I don't become a hero, I can't go home. So yeah, I guess my general goal is to go home.
I'm just
Your
trying
goal
to
is to
help right the balance between life and death, and it sounds to me like that means defeating Oral because Oral's upsetting the balance of life and death right now. So
Oh,
That's
I
true.
don't
That's
know.
true.
Trying to fix
yeah,
stuff,
we
just
all
in
want our
general.
own. We all want our own things, but ultimately, it means we're all converging against the same thing.
Okay.
I
Okay.
agree.
All right. All right.
What?
Oh, by the
What about
way,
you?
your mom or whatever, auntie, grandma, whoever that was, super cool.
Mom and grandma? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I'm glad you approve.
I would love to have tea with them sometime.
You know, I don't know if that's possible, but we will find out.
Okay, never know.
I'm usually distracted when they're around.
And you died apparently. No, I mean, I was told. Sorry. You died. Have we met?
No.
Can you say in like a spooky, ghosty, wispy voice, I'm speaking to you from beyond the grave?
I'm speaking to you from beyond the grave. But that's just me putting on a voice.
It's a good one though.
Okay,
Good one.
thank you. But yeah, I mean, technically, I've died 4 times now.
4 times?
That's crazy. Yeah, well, usually when I die, I get whisked away onto a different adventure.
Is this part of your curse?
Yeah.
Hmm. That's
Well,
not good.
I felt like it was a curse for a while, but the fairy I speak to now and then seems to think it's an act of goodness. But then there was one time that I actually died, and these guys brought me back. That was new.
And
Oh, that's the one I was telling you about with the
Yep.
white dragon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
and you got you're influenced and cursed by the dragon as well. Listen,
But that
again,
wasn't that was a
maybe don't.
thing.
I hope you don't take this the wrong way. I hope that the next time you die, you are able to pass on to whatever future afterlife is appropriate for you. I hope that's not for a long time, but next time I hope you die, I hope you stay dead.
Well, I was hoping that if I I was hoping if I died, I would get to go back and live the rest of my non-death life with my wife and kid. But
Or imagine
sure.
this: you just go back and live with your wife and kid, and you don't have to die again.
Yeah, that
And
would
then
be
you
the
can, like,
ultimate good thing to happen. But every time I die, I get whisked away to meet new people and go on adventures I don't want to be a part of.
so you don't want to be here. You don't like these
Well,
people.
I've come to like these people. I don't want them to die, and if me being here helps them not die, then that's a good thing. And it's weird. The
Yeah.
last time I died,
Yeah, the
I
dragon
died.
incident.
I died with a mechanical man, which I didn't think he could die, and we both became ghosts.
Wait,
And
the mechanical man died with the dragon as well. Was he brought back by a dragon?
no, we
No.
got blessed by a god apparently, and then
Yes.
I've not heard flapping in a long time since then.
Yeah,
Which
these
is
yeah. Hmm.
The mechanic. Are you the mechanic? You know, you're a girl.
Yeah, so 607 who's left now, basically them and Barry touched this really powerful magical item that wasn't quite finished and it basically blew up and killed them. But when I finished the magic item, then the god got that it was associated with, or the creator was associated with, got really happy and brought them back. It was really weird watching them being put back together.
You know,
man.
the more I speak about all this, you know that group that you like adore, Ashanti, and they have books about them. I hope one day we have books about us. That would be cool.
Yes.
Oh, you have a name. I heard you have a name too. Yeah, Ice
Yep.
Track.
Icewind
Icewind Trekkers.
Trekkers.
Yeah.
Trekkers. Icewind. Oh, like the location, and
Yeah.
then trekkers because you just walking all over the place.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
Trekking. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I got it.
It's not
Makes
one of
sense.
those like doom and gloom or like we will kill you all raw type of names, but it suits us.
Yeah.
It does.
Just kind of what we go with.
It'd be like the
Um,
undead frost brigade or something would have
Yeah,
been
it's very
like a little
neutral.
too much.
What
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
picked.
Yeah.
Honestly.
To introduce you to the last two members of our group, this is Andy. She's a very, very, very helpful snowy owl and can obey a number of commands. And this good girl is Bits. She's the best dog ever. Yes, you are. I usually leave her behind guarding the axe beaks, and she's really good at her job.
Oh.
Except the last time she kind of got stuck in behind all the axe beaks, but that wasn't her fault. That she was buried under axe beak butts. Say that 5 times.
Axe beak butts. Axe beak butts. Axe beak butts. Axe beak butts. Oh, that is tough.
Right. Well.
All right. Anyway, welcome to my hut, and I'm gonna.
Thank you.
Very well furnished.
What does your hut look like? Is it anything in particular?
It looks a lot like my former workspace in East Haven. So there's pillows everywhere. It's nice and comfy. There's like, you know, mood lighting of like reddish, orangish spookiness, but still sort of warm and comforting. And there's like, yeah, it's like a seance room with lots of sort of that ambiance type thing.
A few of you actually recognize this kind of setup. Looks very familiar to what you
This
saw
is-
in East Haven.
From what's their name? The one
Ronaldo.
that we took to jail. The bard
That's
that we
the
took
one.
to jail.
Yeah,
White
Ronaldo,
Lady
right?
Moon.
I thought it was weird that they were a medium. I knew it sounded, but their
Yeah.
name wasn't David. It was something else.
Yeah.
It was Roland. Roland?
Roland?
Roland sounds
As a
right.
little reminder.
No,
I thought it was like Ronaldo or
Ronaldo. That was it.
Oh, you met Ronaldo?
You know them?
He's my assistant.
He stole from us, and we got him put in
Hey.
jail.
He took
He
over your
does that.
business when you left,
Yeah.
I think. Maybe that's what
He's-
happened?
Alright, you guys have had a busy weekend, huh? Like somebody's already taken over my business. You guys have been dead a couple times.
Well, as we keep trying to say, it's been a fair few weeks since
Right.
the burning of the wizard and the lottery and Wayland being sent out as the last official lottery loser.
Either way, yeah.
You know,
Oh, no.
I can't.
Ronaldo does steal things. He loves it.
Yeah, well, we got into a bit of trouble, and we because we didn't like him, we lumped him in with us.
Mm-hmm.
So he got put in jail.
Oh, he's not gonna like that.
He did not.
Not built for confinement. That one.
yeah. That was before I joined the group.
Yeah,
I was back with the 607 one.
we've done a
Yeah.
lot.
I
Mhm.
told you it's been a busy weekend.
A busy
Did-
few weeks. I think that's
Did-
what we're
did-
trying to say is that you
like,
you
the
made
missing.
time.
The
Yeah.
half elves measure time differently, and like 2 days is like 20 days for you or something. That a thing?
No. Remeasures? It would be really inconsistent, just in general, and really confusing. I think if we measured time. But elves perceive time differently. I guess you could say. I mean, dwarves are like this too. Yeah, like a month, 2 months, a year. What is that? That's like nothing to them.
Hmm.
But you still
Like-
measure time, even if it's
Yeah, you can still measure time. You just what's a long time to a human is maybe not a long time to an elf.
If we inspected your head, would there be a lump somewhere?
Probably, yeah. It's called a brain.
No, I mean like a unnatural lump where you may have bumped your head and lost a period of time.
Not that I'm aware of. All normal.
Well, either way, as confusing as this might be, I'm not sure it's important immediately, so how about we rest up and go deal with these undead, and then we can worry about this later.
Oh yeah, can someone cast sleep on us? That'd be useful right about now.
Do you got any spell slots left?
Yeah, looks to
Prefer
Barry.
Not to have sleep cast on me or Bits or Andy. If those zombies start coming back up the corridor, I know we've got them blocked, but we need to know what we're waking up to.
I could put you to sleep in an hour.
It's a very long nursery rhyme. Or bedtime story.
I could probably put you to sleep in an hour just by talking.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's see here.
The art of tinkering and jewel crafting, chapter 1.
You could refresh people's memory on
That
the
is brilliant.
history of this place.
I shall from what I remember, because I don't have memory issues in this group.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, Do you want me to give you a little refresher?
Yeah,
Sure.
go for it.
Okay. Well, this was a book you sold back to the dwarves.
It was.
It was all about the history of the Dwarven Valley. And this dated back about 100 years ago, in the year 1485. Roughly 4 years before the events of... Wait, no, hold on. It'd be 13. It'd be 1385, jeez. Anyway, actually, no, this is 4 years... Sorry, right, I got it. I found it. A brief history of the Valley Dwarves, the year 1485. Right now, it's 1489. So this is a book about 4 years before. So 4 years ago, a group of dwarves led by a dwarf named Bayric Hammerstone discovered a resilient black mineral that the dwarves call black ice, now called Shardlin. Bayric and those loyal to him imported loads of the Shardlin to make weapons and armor, but eventually fell under the corruption of the evil magic within the material. These dwarves split off from the Battlehammer dwarves of the Dwarven Valley and laid claim to the eastern side of the valley, which the Valley dwarves now refer to as the Halls of Black Ice. The uncorrupted dwarves of the western side of the valley, under the leadership of Dane Stokely Silverstream, occupied an area called Battlehammer Hold. After many confrontations with the Black Ice dwarves, and with the help of some adventurers, Stokely's boys were able to save most of the Black Ice dwarves from irreversible corruption. But to this day, the halls of Black Ice were full of corrupted Shardlin, and the Valley dwarves were wary to reclaim the halls. Obviously, to make matters worse, it seemed like Oral's minions had recently taken notice of the dwarvens' comfort in their underground hovels and were actively working to instill fear in their hearts. And that was the frost druid named Verna who began growing the thorny shrubs. But a bit more about the actual Shardlin itself might prove more useful. Now, you did have this information from elsewhere as well, didn't you? I'm pretty sure you spoke to a person in almost, was it Caer Konig? Was talking about the actual history of Krishinabon. Do you remember that?
Sounds familiar.
Trying to remember exactly where you got this information and where you heard the name Akar Castle first. Wasn't it a guy who... am I thinking of the other group? I'm almost certain you encountered a trader who had a dagger of Shardlin. Does that ring a bell?
No, I would have
Mm,
heard it around a campfire with stories of heroes from the north.
Yeah, no.
That doesn't ring a bell.
A
Must be
trader
the
with a
other trader.
dagger? That
Yeah,
doesn't
there was a
sound
guy
familiar.
in. He was literally offering pieces of shot. This is definitely the other group. All right. Where did you hear the name Akar Castle before this episode?
I mean, the name, we did have conversations with someone about the tower that had collapsed and people were looking for it, because we've definitely had a conversation in regards to that, and that was related to Krishinabon. I do not remember any real more than that. Like, it's definitely come up before, but I can't remember exactly when.
Yeah, because that's where I would have put the actual quest into place, about the
You're right.
tower.
Yeah, exactly. So
I must have
at some
heard it
point you
somewhere.
must have got the information. Well, the truth is, if anyone, it would be either Ashanti or maybe Geist that has actually heard the tale of the Crystal Shard. Does that ring a bell? The book called The Crystal Shard?
Yes, absolutely. That's why I'm saying Ashanti would have heard these stories around a campfire when she was growing up. And her mother was telling
Perfect.
them stories about the heroes of the North, and all the guardsmen with us were telling us their exploits when they were adventurers, and probably
Mm.
stories that most people would not consider appropriate for children today. But two little orc girls sat enraptured, listening to tales of battles fought and lost and won, and treasures found and given away, and all of the heroic epic stories. And amongst them would have been Dritz's and his companions fight against the wizard.
Mm. Indeed. The name Car Castle is one that you've heard long time
Yes.
ago. He
As,
was
as
a
a child.
man who lived in Luskan's host tower of the Arcane under tutelage of Morkai the Red, but he became corrupted by the artifact Krishinabon, and it was this crystal that dominated his mind easily, and it rose him to powers so great that he dominated Icewindale with an army of orcs, goblins, and trolls, as well as others over the next 5 years. And then finally, it seemed like he didn't count on the likes of Drow, Dritsteward, Wolfgar, Bruno, Catabria, and Regis, who unraveled Kessel's plans, or rather Krishinabon's plans. And eventually the crystal shard just exploded. Effectively, the tower just collapsed into pieces, and the shards of which scattered across the entire Icewindale. Thus, it became known as Black Ice. These remnants of Krishinabon, and yet doesn't seem like it holds any of its intelligence. Though you remember picking up a piece, Hulla, and you remember being affected by it and having a vision of some sort of figure. Do you remember that?
I remember that creepy figure, yes.
Mm.
That hasn't been
And it's
it hasn't appeared since then though.
no, but it spoke out to you and kind of lured you towards this power. And now you're back here in this place. Can't help but
Don't,
feel this kind of like chill up your spine. Just the mention of the name.
don't forget his panther. He had this Black Panther, and it's always been hard
Whenever.
for me to say her name, but she was amazing. And she lived in a statue, or somehow, well, she lived somewhere, and the statue helped him call her to him. And then she would come, and she was so intelligent, and sometimes she seemed smarter than him. I'm sorry, am I fangirling again? I'm sorry.
No. You're good. I think that concludes the little story for now. Though somehow, some way, feels as though the Carcassel was never truly destroyed, because reading that book that you had, it's somewhere in the history speaking about this Bayrick, this guy. You actually came across the ghost of Bayrick Hammerstone. You remember the specter that creeped up on 607 at the time?
Oh,
Do you
I
remember that?
When was
guess.
There was a. I'm almost certain that it was Hulla who dispatched the spirit. But 607 like ran over to Hulla for protection, and then they banished them with radiant energy because 607 was having a hard time dealing with it. This was when you had the big pile of black ice. The Zorn was eating it,
Oh,
and
okay.
then you were jumped by zombies, and one spirit came out from the south. And I described him as a dwarf wielding 2 warhammers made of black ice. And he did introduce himself as Bayrick, but you vanquished his spirit, but in
don't-
this book, it did. That happened.
I don't remember a spirit. I remember a berserker and the Zon.
It's been a real
No,
busy
not
couple
them.
weeks.
No, it was a spectre. 607, remember? Right?
Yep.
Okay, well, there you go. I'm not crazy. So, yeah, the spectre came after them. They did say their name, and it seems as though this Bayrook was finally put down, and Stokely could tell you that it was a bloody battle, but I think they were being misled by potentially some unseen force. It's no mistake that they would just run down here and start harvesting this stuff. They had to know what it was. They had to know how to use it, how to craft it into those weapons. And I think it was Kessel who was behind it. He must have encouraged Bayrick to craft items from it. And then that's what began the revolution. It's this civil war between dwarves. It turned on our own.
I thought Dritz killed Kessel, but
Mm-hmm. So did I.
If Dritz didn't kill Kessel, can we do it? I mean, he's Dritz Dwarden. I mean, he's the most famous hero from this part of the world, probably all parts of the world.
Well, was this Kessel somehow resurrected, or because the zombie dwarf said that Dritz had defeated him, and that he somehow came back. So the question is, how does he come back, and how do we prevent him from doing that? Like, did he do it? Was he brought back from the dead by somebody? Was he summoned like a demon? I mean, it shouldn't. Someone had to have done it, unless he's immortal, which I don't think is true.
That is the million gold question.
Well, I don't know. Maybe we just have to defeat him for now and hope for the best going forward, and you know, burn the bones and set him to rest, and hopefully he won't be brought back. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, you've got that ceremony spell at least. So.
Yeah. I would have to rest before I could do that, but I could definitely try once we take him down to see if we can be laid to rest permanently. I mean, it can't hurt. But we need to get him first.
I mean, that's a fair point. In that story, you know, Ashanti, did they have a cleric in their group?
I'm trying to remember.
Maybe that's what they were missing.
They didn't.
Maybe they needed a
They had
cleric
rogue.
to do this exact thing.
They had rogue. I think fighters, ranger, another fighter, 2 fighters, and 3 fighters. In fact, I think there was a lot of fighters.
Yeah.
But
What,
not
in
many
Dritz's
clerics,
group?
no. Yeah,
Oh.
Dritz's ranger, Bruna fighter, Catabria fighter, and Wolfgar fighter.
Was a
Or
no,
is
I
he a
think
barbarian?
Wolfgar, he
Oh,
was a
he's
barbarian.
Yeah, okay.
he was
barbarian.
Wolfgar was the barbarian, and the half elf.
Regis.
Regis.
Yeah. He's the halfling. He's not.
Yeah.
He's kind of a thief, rogue.
He's the rogue.
Yeah.
So maybe they just missed the needed cleric to pass the body on. Unless he came back.
Yeah, I mean,
Hopefully.
lesson to everybody: have a cleric.
We'll travel.
As you're saying, have a cleric, is when you do hear the distant growl of a horde
Did we get our
Oh,
rest?
coming up the tunnels. No, this is about an hour in, so you've technically had a short rest. So Barry would have his spell slots back.
Okay, short
we
rest
should
at
have been
least.
sleeping.
Shit.
All right, sleep. Let's
Alright.
sleep.
But
Oh, where are we just gonna stay here and wait for the bubble to pop in the morning, or are we gonna go out there?
The outside of the bubble looks like nothing, and they can't see us in here. So maybe they just sort of walk away. I don't know. Stay quiet.
Right. Are we taking a short rest then?
Can we do a short rest to roll some hit
so,
dice?
yeah, what happens is before you don't finish a long rest right now, but you do finish a short rest. If your long rest is interrupted, if you've had at least an hour, it means it's a short rest instead. But yeah, you can't really tell where the zombies are coming from. You just hear them echoing down the tunnel. And I guess
What does this look like from the outside? Is it like a... Does it look like a rock slide or something from the outside, or...?
a rock slide.
Chris, can I get you to roll some hit dice for me? My
Haven.
foundry is. I thought I had fixed it, but it's not loading again. I need some help.
Sure.
Thank you.
There you go. I mean, I can put you back to full if you want.
Yeah,
enough?
probably not a bad idea.
Oh, since we're doing that, and I've been talking about stuff, can I have that be my song of rest?
Yes. Everyone, you can roll an extra or you can roll a d6, Dave, and we'll see.
I think it's automatically done it as part of it, because under my first hit dice roll, it rolled a d6. Saying that I enjoyed their Song of Rest.
Okay.
Yep. Okay. Everyone enjoyed your Song of Rest. Yep, perfect. Well, there you go. It's all automated, sweet. Good mention, though. Is David's song of something in particular, or is it rather, instead of a song, something else?
It's stories about dead people, and there's one time, okay, this lady, Agatha, she came to me and she's like, oh, my husband Jeremy passed away, and I want to make sure that he's okay in the afterlife. And I was like, all right, come, 5 gold, let's do it. And so, talk to Jeremy. Turns out he's having a blast. Agatha, not such a nice wife. And so Jeremy is here like, hey, I'm free, I'm living it up, I'm with the Celestials, we're having some good mead, because I like the good mead, you know. And he's just like, yeah, good. So I say, hey, Agatha, he's at peace, he's happy, he's in a better place, and she was happy. She tipped me an extra gold piece on top of that. How about that?
Wow.
So it's more of a song of long rest because it's stories about people taking the longest rest possible.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, it's
The
still
longest rest possible being death.
Yeah.
All right.
Never thought about it that way. Oh,
Someone's just snoring. Okay, yeah.
You start to see several zombies shambling their way up. Some of them getting impaled on the barricades that you've repaired. Others do make it past. They get right up towards the dome and seem to be breathing against the actual opaque glass. It feels like glass, at least, but it cannot get through.
Oh, nice. Some white noise while we sleep.
It just sits
Wow.
there, stands there, just menacingly, trying to get in, but
I
can't, and doesn't know what's on the other side yet either, because it's completely opaque. But from your side,
I'm
it's
just gonna
transparent.
I'm just signed to everybody just to be quiet. We don't want him to hear anything. I don't know if sound travels through this or not. Probably not, but just in case.
Hmm.
So, magic doesn't go through the barriers, right?
No, I think it's not
What
supposed
about
to.
what about,
Spells and other magical effects can't extend through the dome or be cast through it.
what about natural
Hmm.
abilities
Talking
like
about.
telekinetic?
I would say that's a magical effect.
Yeah, I was just wondering if I could use it to basically turn them around and urge them in the opposite direction.
That's a DM question, but it says spells and magical effects.
Yeah, it also says pass through, which implies that if you can see something on the other side and affect it with something, you can, but it can't pass through, as in like a scorching ray could not fire into or out of, but a telekinetic is not passing through necessarily, but it's up. It doesn't. Either way, I'll tell you this, Barry. They're not going to just shamble away down their corridor again. They're going to come back. They seem to have a charge, and that is to get out of this mine. But they're stuck, blocked here. And you asked what's happening out there. These two zombies came from the middle tunnel,
Ah, the catacombs.
and yeah, you also see a tiny little crawling claw squeeze their way out of the massive blockade of corpses that you made. And that seems to like skitter around. And how tall is this hut? It's 10 feet, right? 10 feet dome?
Yeah.
10-foot radius dome. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So I think this crawling claw does like crawl up on top of the dome and skitters over the gap on the top of the dome.
Fredlet.
We should probably deal with a
yeah.
hand.
Can exit the dome, hit it with an axe, and come back in.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I
Okay.
don't see the damn thing.
It's
I
right there.
really don't. Okay. If you say so. All right,
You
hold
don't see
on.
it?
Now I do. Little bitty thing.
Okay.
Okay, so Alt, target, and swing with an axe once. All right, come on.
Okay.
16.
Chop all of its fingers off in one fell swoop. And it twitches before stop moving.
Okay, I'm gonna stomp it a couple times just to be certain, and then I will come back in to the hut.
You hear the zombies on the other side. They kind of like snarl a little bit as if they can hear something going on. But they're not too sure on the other side of it.
David, can I step outside the hut at any point or just over this door over here?
You can exit from any direction you like and re-enter. I cannot exit, or else the dome will disappear.
Well, maybe that's our strategy right now, guys. We can step out, fight a zombie or two, and then come back in if we need to.
The shenanigans in me as a player, Jamey, to just telekinesis him out of the hut.
See, I don't think you can because that's a magic effect.
Yeah, but I'd be doing it within the hut and not passing through the exterior of the hut. But that's just Jamey as a player, not Barry.
Actually, my version of the HUD does say the spell ends if you or any creature leaves its area, technically.
Oh, does it? Oh.
It does, yeah.
Oh.
I don't know if you've got that version. Let me have a look.
Oh, it does say that.
If you,
Oh, okay.
it
It's
does
not
say
the
that.
way I
Okay,
want.
all right.
I am so sorry.
So that's all right. You can still have chopped through the the barrier and stomped on it if you wanted.
So it's not magical.
but you're not magical, yeah. Technically, you can fire a javelin, throw an arrow. That's
I
not
think I'm
against
magical.
the spell. Creatures
Okay.
and objects in the zone can move freely. Yep.
All right. So I'm going to have to I wish we wouldn't have brought the axe beaks all the way to the throne room. But we can shut and lock the throne room, right?
You should have done that already.
Okay.
I'll assume it's shut.
Okay. So Bits is going to have to come with us.
Yeah, you can hear more horde sounds coming from behind that massive wall of flesh that you made, and I don't know if you can see down that far. I guess yeah, some of you can. Some of you can start to see flashes of kind of bluish dull light, and from here you can even see the pile beginning to sort of twitch and convulse.
Oh no.
It does look as though one of them, perhaps on the top of the pile, suddenly leans back up. It's missing like an arm, half of its head, but it suddenly kind of looks around and then rolls off the top of the pile and lands back down. This is one of the ones that wasn't turned to ash by the radiant damage.
I hate to
And then
say
it
this,
starts
guys.
to pull itself towards you guys.
All right. I'm wondering if an expeditious retreat might be the best thing and collapse the entrance to the mine tunnel until we can get more people. I don't think we can take on hordes and hordes
You
and
mean the
hordes of...
armory? That's the armory tunnel, that one.
Oh,
The
no,
mine
I mean,
tunnel is actually, there's nothing coming from that one.
no, I meant back up at the beginning, at the entrance, because we've gotten all the dwarves out of this branch of the
You
mine
have.
tunnels, and I'm wondering if we need to retreat and get the figure out a way of collapsing that entrance, and then talk to the dwarves about next steps, because I think that there's just too many of them. I
I
mean,
agree.
know,
I agree. There's
uh,
we barely made it last time, and that was just a few. Now they're getting back up again, and
yeah.
there's more, and who knows how many more. I think blocking off the tunnels might be our best bet, or blocking off the tunnels and creating a bottleneck, even more of a bottleneck, so that only one can get by at a time. See?
Well,
So like leave a little hole,
mhm.
enough for one to get by, and then we take them on one by one rather than fighting a whole bunch at once.
It may not be a bad idea. I've still got some oil. Maybe if I spread oil out, pour it outside the hut between us and the zombies, we set fire to it, and that gives us a bit of a fire blockage while we grab the axe beaks and go to the tunnel entrance. And then, because that's a narrower part of the tunnel and would be easier to stand side by side and keep the hordes off of us. Guys?
Yeah. I'm
Skrapp,
listening. I'm
what do you
thinking.
Skrapp, what do you think?
I mean, there's If we collapse the tunnels, we would force them to... Well, we'd trap them for now, but with the number of zombies that they have at their disposal, there's no guarantee it would stop them for long.
No, but
And
it would stop them long enough for us to rally forces. I mean, we
I'm
had
not sure there's...
dwarf.
I don't feel like this place would do well if we have to leave and rally forces.
No, I
I'm
mean
not
rally
sure we
forces
can...
the dwarves and the other in the east tunnels.
The dwarves are battered and wrecked from it. They're recovering, so they're not going to be in any
They
fit
need a
state
long
for a
rest.
while.
Yeah.
I
They need a
mean,
long
we
rest
could...
as much as you guys do.
We could leave the hut here to block them off for now, because it's already blocking the tunnel. Like, it's not... They're not able to get any further for this.
No,
But we'd have to
I
leave
think-
Actually, no, we can't leave the hut, can
No.
we?
No.
I mean...
Unless he
No, you
recasts it on his own.
Well, okay, all right. That's not a
It'll
bad
cost a
idea.
minute.
We
Or to rather, it will cost 10 minutes to do that.
To recast the
Instead-
hut? I can't recast the hut right now.
You can, but it will cost 10 minutes.
Oh, yeah,
Everyone's
yeah,
a ritual
ritual,
caster.
ritual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
wait.
Um,
I have an idea. All right, so we leave the hut up for 8 solid hours.
okay.
We get a long rest. The zombies come up. They're going to mass up against the hut, and
They will.
when it's time to fight them, I reach out, pour oil all along. I've got 3 flasks of oil. We set it on fire. That front row of zombies goes up like, well, dead bodies being burned. And then that gives us a few seconds to scramble our defenses when the hut collapses. And then we can stay here and fight. We're in a fairly good narrow area. We don't need to go back down the tunnel towards the forks. And then we can retreat behind us if we need to, or create kind of a bottleneck right here as Hulla was suggesting.
I feel like we're just trying to navigate around the inevitable. That the longer we stay here, the more they are likely to create.
We need to find a way too of getting rid of them once they're gone. And I think we need more oil. I think we need to burn the bodies up.
Yeah, I think we need to.
Or
I think we need to push forward.
Or get
Hulla?
those black crystals out of them.
Hulla, do you have a way to keep them down once they're down?
I don't know. I don't know what works.
Would you like to roll a religion check to see if you can figure out something?
Sure. Yes.
Okay.
To see if there's... I don't know what I
Yep.
have.
In this time, you try to ask guidance from the gatekeeper of the underworld, the very one who you serve, should know how to prevent dead from coming back, if anything.
It's
So-
all wrong. This is exactly what I'm trying to fix.
Mm-hmm. Oh, do you want me to roll that?
Yes, can you please?
Yeah. Yeah.
Hulla, you shouldn't let Chris roll for you. I think the rest of us need to roll for you.
It's true.
What
I
the
did
hell
roll
is
a
that?
2.
What the hell is that roll? It's 1d20 minus 1 plus 3 plus...
Times 2?
Oh, is that the
Okay.
exhaustion?
Yes, it is. -1 from intelligence, +3 from proficiency, -1 from exhaustion, times 2 equals 2. So
Wow.
it's -2. That's the way I've automated
math-
it. Because
the
one
math
level
is-
gives... Yeah, I know. It's so good we have all these automated numbers. You don't have to do any math in your head. I did roll a 2, unfortunately. I'm not going to say you don't know, but I will say there is one thing that you have in your potential, in your repertoire, that will prevent undead from raising. But I'm not going to tell you what that is. You'll have to figure that out
God.
on your own with a 2.
I don't know. Player is stupid. Player does not know.
Mm.
Is it Sacred Flame? Is it just a matter of radiant damage?
Um,
That would be nice because that's a
no,
cantrip. Yeah.
it is, yeah. Not quite. No, that one is not it.
Hmm.
Out of character,
What
I
else
know
Does
do
what
we
it
anyone
have?
else
is.
have religion? Does
Are
anyone
we?
else have religion?
No, not I. But I will tell you right now, I would be holding my mother's stone.
I do have yeah, I do have religion.
Okay, you can also roll religion, David, as you might
David,
also
you're good
know.
at dead stuff. How do we keep these guys down?
How about a guidance to make that at least a 10? You need a 4, but
I cast guidance
Okay,
on David.
I'll do one better than that. I'll add to
yeah,
that. I'll use a flash of genius use. So that's an extra 4
fantastic.
on top of it.
You really
Well, I
are
could
putting all your minds together. Perfect. So an 8 plus 4 is a 12, which is
Mm-hmm.
enough because the DC was like 11.
I also have
Because
knowledge
it is
from
a
past
first
It's
level
lives.
it
spell.
it's ceremony,
I
isn't
also
it?
Ah,
I have
yes, you can do that.
knowledge from past life, which will add a d6 as well. That oh, 2 again.
Nice.
Jeez, rolling super
All
high
right.
here.
Well, yeah, it was only DC 11. The ceremony spell has a particular funeral rite where you can touch a corpse, and for the next 7 days, it cannot be resurrected as an undead by any means short of a wish spell. So you perform a ritual funeral rite.
Is that now on how many creatures can I cast that though?
It does say one corpse. So
Yeah.
yeah, it normally takes the dedication of a whole bunch of clerics to come together and stop that.
To stop an
Which
army,
might
I don't
mean
have that many spells.
which you might be right with your previous suggestion. Using the oil to burn the corpses could be a quicker way of doing it.
Yeah, unless you
Dave,
cast it
spell for
ritually.
well, we can spend 10 minutes sitting here while she casts it ritually. That's not a problem at all.
It'll only
I
be on
want to.
one creature.
But it'd only be on one. I would need to do it for
Hmm.
like each
Can she?
one.
Well, how
Right.
long can you hold your spells? I mean, can we cast it ritually? You save it until we find a big bad guy? Because if we've got another
No.
one of those spellcasters out there,
You would need to cast it 10 minutes for each creature being next to the creature and consecrating it basically. And destroying the actual body in its entirety would it would definitely stop it from being a zombie. Whether the bones would burn up in that heat is like you would need it to be an incredible heat. Like we're talking incinerating the bones to be ash, then it wouldn't be able to raise as a skeleton. But certainly you wouldn't have zombies to deal with, you'd have lesser undead. That said, 10 minutes, you could get like 6 corpses done in an hour, right? And it is not going to cost you any spell slots. It's a ritual, so you do it
Yeah.
continuously. Although,
Yeah.
does it
Okay.
say you need? It doesn't need anything else, does it?
Mm, Let
No.
me see.
That's the other ones do have like components, like a holy water or something, but that's for the other versions. Oh, here it is. It does say 25 golds worth of powdered silver, which the
Oh
spell
my god,
consumes. This is going to
that's
be
expensive.
expensive. Yeah, it is.
That's a lot. That's a lot of
There is a
time,
way
a
to
lot of
do it.
money. We don't have.
Exactly. Time
Yeah.
and money is your enemy right now, and it seems as though the warlocks, or what rather, deathlocks, that you can start to see now because the top of the pile is rolled off enough where you can start to see there is a caster on the other side weaving necromancy to raise the undead. Albeit they are coming back very injured. You can see half of them are missing limbs or have been run through with axes and spells. So you can see all the ones that are like wounded. They're basically on less than half health. But they are piling up and the horde continues to grow. So if you're gonna burn the corpses,
Does
better to do
let's
anybody
it
wait
have?
before they.
Does
a few
anybody
more.
have birdie spells? David, do you have anything that burns people up?
Not available at the
Fire?
moment. No, I can heal.
Are these torches on the
somebody.
wall? Can we use those torches to help start
They-
burning some of the corpses?
I could
Did
mock
certainly.
them.
Yeah, you would need something flammable, but you can set the fire ablaze with the torches for sure. Yeah, but not. You would need something like flammable, a source that would spread over them like oil.
Mhm.
But how much oil do you have, Ashanti?
I have 3 flasks, I believe.
3
Double
flasks.
check
Okay.
Yeah.
I have 2. I have 2 as well. If you need some.
Oh, 5 is probably is probably enough to honestly get a big pile burning.
Yeah, but we need to
And-
get them up on us.
There are some on you, but these look like the injured ones. They are definitely like worse for wear. About 2 of them are the only fresh ones, and those came from the catacombs tunnel.
Sorry, I swear I thought I bought.
Do what?
Oh,
I've only got 2.
you've only got 2. Okay, you might have used one earlier.
I must have, and I just don't remember it.
Still, 4 would be enough to get like a 10-foot like pile burning.
Hey. I, as a
Oh!
friend of the Icewind Tracers, will contribute to the oil
Thank you.
supply.
Okay, Chris, are those rocks on the ground or are those zombies standing up? think
Those are all zombies.
Okay, that's what my problem was. I thought that was just the floor, is the way it looks on my screen.
The floor is zombies.
No,
Yeah, the
the
floor
floor is zombies. It
zombies,
might as
yeah.
well be, because when they start piling up on top of one another, you start to see them climbing
Okay,
haphazardly
now-
on top of each
now's
shoulder,
the
trying to get
time.
over the dome, because they're
Yep.
really piling up.
Now's the time. I am gonna use my tinderbox. I am lighting a torch, and then I'm gonna dump the oil outside there and
Hmm.
throw the torch. So
just check, yeah.
tinderbox, torch. I've got a torch.
All right, so this will end the spell when you do so, because an object is leaving the hut. Yeah, but you can set these ablaze.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we probably all
Yeah,
want
my-
to step back from that side of the wall.
yeah.
Okay, so burning.
And
They all take
don't
1d4 fire damage at the start of each of their turns.
right, and do I have to throw the torch all the way out, or can I just stick it partially out, set the oil on fire, and pull it back in again?
Well, as soon as you put something out of the dome, it will disappear.
Oh,
So,
the flasks of oil. Okay,
yeah,
okay.
but they're all piled up. You can just light it and back up, or you could even put the oil in the dome and then throw the torch out, hit one of the zombies. Like, or you could light the torch. There's so many ways you could do it. Like,
I'm
you
not-
could put all the
not
oil in
thinking
the
that
dome.
strategically. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
sure.
flask. So 2 squares, and then torch. Oh, third one from David. So I'm gonna take one of his. So that should give me 1, 2, 3. 3 squares that I'm covering. So I've got them in my
Yeah.
arm. 1, 2, 3, and with my left fist, stick the torch in, and whoof.
Nice. All right. In that moment, you back away as well, because the tower of
Mhm.
zombies are about to collapse down. Yeah, just a Jenga tower of bodies collapse and then immediately set ablaze, and you can hear their their cries of anguish. You can roll a d4 for me, Ashanti,
Okay.
because
Roll.
they be screaming.
Roll
Okay,
Oh,
1,
for
but this
the
is
love
at
of God.
this will be the start of every one of their turns, so fear not. Let's roll initiative real quick. Shouldn't be too long this combat, I imagine.
That's not ominous at all.
This is the army before the army.
Alright.
I have no idea what I rolled.
Oh, there it is. Zombie on fire.
Yeah, this is why
Ashanti.
you don't try and get a long rest when there's threats around.
It's your
we
turn
lose.
again, Ashanti.
All right. So I'm gonna go up to. Actually, I'm gonna stand exactly where I am, and I am gonna throw. I'm so sorry, guys, but we need these to work. I'm gonna throw my +1 javelin. Actually, a regular javelin, because I don't want it to burn up. So Alt at the big guy. So I've got the big guy so there's my +1 javelin.
Oh, I'll
Oh.
collapse these zombies as well. Yeah. Oh, well,
Okay.
okay. Let me check
Alright,
if he's still alive. What damage did you? 12? So it's
12.
5 plus 12? Oh, yeah, he's dead.
Okay,
Right? 'Cause
and then
it's always DC 5 plus the damage.
Okay, and then I'll throw a javelin at the guy standing next to him. All right, I think I got him targeted. So here's
Okay.
another javelin. And come on, baby.
Nice.
Oh, I'll take it.
Okay.
All right, so
and-
that's my attack, my extra attack. I'm gonna stand here and be ready to repel them as soon as they start forward.
As it gets back up, you see the javelin run through its body, and it kind of looks down at it, just confused for a moment before screaming back in your face. Okay.
I'm so sorry. I forgot to rage.
Oh, that's all right. You technically don't have to rage to kill these things. I mean, they're tiny little zombies. Barry, you'd be up next.
Yeah, let's
These
not waste.
front ones. These front ones gonna fall prone as well, because they're like collapsing down on top of the,
Okay.
top of the heap.
Ones that aren't prone. I'll attack that one.
Ooh. Okay, this one just got back up, and as soon as he does, it gets blasted back down to the floor, and
What
then
does-
gets back up a second time. This is ridiculous.
So what does the 1 star mean then?
1 star 4 means you've got a level of exhaustion, doesn't it? No, 1 star 4.
No, that's I think that's calculating.
That's your agonizing blast.
Yeah,
Oh,
calculating
yeah.
agonizing blast. I don't know why it's a multiplication.
Yeah. Oogie.
Oh, just
And that
correct
one.
damage, right? You're. Oh, I just realized that calculation I made is basically put it on everything. Interesting. It's 0 times 0, basically. Don't worry about it. For now, it is correct. Whatever it is, you've always got +4 to your damage. So,
Yeah.
which one did you shoot? This one here.
This one. Yeah.
He's gonna see if he can get back up. No, that one falls to pieces. All right.
And then I will. I need to be within range of this. I will shove this one at the back with a telekinesis.
Oh, okay. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, it's pushed back. You know, just to
Shove
keep them.
back. All right.
Oh, I can't move
Hello?
that far. I'll have to be like there. So keep some space.
Yeah, your turn, Hulla.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Spirit Guardians.
Yeah. Oh, it's a nat
Ooh.
20. It was a
that was
nat
me.
20.
That's me in the background. I'm just rolling for something in the background. Fear not. Spirit Guardians, you want to
No,
use that
I
again?
really
That
like
bomb?
that for her.
Oh, okay. Well,
I like that for me
Spirit
too.
Guardians, you've not got a spell slot ready for that.
Oh no.
You're out, I'm afraid. Because I think you used it twice during the fight, and that burnt both your 3rd levels. You've got one
Damn it.
2nd level. You could do a spiritual weapon,
I can
or
do
you
it.
could,
Yeah, let's do spiritual weapon.
or a guiding
then.
bolt. Okay.
And I'll do
alrighty.
it just on the guy
Just
who's right in
attack-
front of me. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
If that stays up. And is that a bonus?
Okay.
I believe that's a bonus.
It is just the bonus. Fuck. See,
Okay.
that's what happens when I roll for Hulla. I rolled that one. Jesus, bad. Okay. Anything else? Sacred flame or
Yes,
something?
let's um let's just get out the warhammer and take a big swing at the one who's
Okay.
right in front of me. See if
All right.
physically destroying their bodies, their heads won't do a little bit of keeping them down.
I've got to roll on that one for this.
Hmm.
I think it gets back up. Yep.
Oh my god. That's
Radiant
terrible.
damage would probably be the better call, David.
Yeah.
In the distance, you hear the loud collapsing
It's
of
back up already.
the big flesh mound you've
Easy
made.
peasy.
You hear a groan in the distance.
Please leave us alone. Let us sleep. I really don't want to have to do anything mean to you guys. Just please, you're. It looks like you could use some rest as well. Like the droopiness, the bags under your eyes, not great. And I'm gonna cast Vicious Mockery against one of the zombies.
Okay.
The one right in front of Hulla. Yeah, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I have to target him, I think.
Yeah.
Do, 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 do.
All right. Fails. And let's
Did
see
I
if
kill
it
him?
makes its con save.
Oh.
Well, it has to roll an 11 to stay up, and it does. Undead Fortitude a third time in a row. This guy stands back up. They are not going down. All right, Skrapp.
Back up.
Oh, you got more?
Skrapp
Okay.
Movement.
thinks for a moment, sort of looks at the various enemies. I don't have anything that can put these down permanently, at least not without them getting up, but at least I can try this, so guessing I'm just gonna go for the ones closest, I think. Okay, so that one's
Alright.
down.
Zap to the floor. And it's dead. It does not
Yep.
get back up.
Okay, then I shall move on to the next one. But because it's a different enemy, I don't get vex, so... Okay. And then to extra make sure this one can have the extra d6, so 10 damage.
Nice.
Right, so that's 2.
That one is also similarly
Nice.
it is brought down.
That's thinned the herd a little. Skrapp will take a step back.
Job.
Okay. One of them begins to stand back up in the back line here. Shambles forward. And tries to take a swipe at Hulla. And they kind of just clatter against your armor a little bit. And another one comes in here.
Could have moved back so
just-
that I'm not right in
gonna
the way of everything.
Headbutts your shield.
Oops.
That's alright. And this one goes in for a slice at Ashanti's arm. But it's kind of like cramped in this corner here. And you hear the roar of the zombie ogre that has begun to lumber their way around. They've lost a great deal of their flesh. They've been stripped down to almost bones at this point. But he does lumber into the fray. And now let us go. The Deathlock at the back. You know what he's going to do. Going to continue to summon zombies. The ones that were here in your big pile, another one joins the fray. And then it'd be Ashanti again. You
Am
might
I
be
allowed
muted,
to
Brandee.
go?
Oh,
No,
yeah, your
I was
turn.
waiting for you to say he was up and you were done. I'm sorry.
Yeah, shoot. That's
Um,
right.
okay, then I'm going to turn to the one that is diagonal from me that just lumbered up. And you're going to hear me say, before I do this, I've reached up to my orc stone that I'm holding while I'm thinking, Mom and Grandma, please help and protect us. And I'll let go, hold my order-made hand axes, one swing. Oh, well, it did hit. All right.
They got such
And,
low AC. They're shambling little
and
bags of
is
flesh, and
there,
that will kill it, I think.
is there one
Oh
in
wait,
front of me underneath the spiritual guardian? I cannot tell.
there is actually, yes.
Okay, then my
I'll
offhand
move that
attack.
out of the way.
Yeah.
There you go.
Alt.
You can see him now.
I think
That's the... No, that's the spiritual weapon.
Okay, so did you move him down right
Yeah,
there? Okay,
that's
then I'm gonna take my offhand attack at him. Good God.
This one looks more like it's got all its limbs. This one possibly came from the catacombs.
Okay. And do I roll the d4 again since it's the start of my turn for the fire damage?
Yes, actually. Please roll another d4. These guys are all burning, in fact.
That's better.
Where's my flames? That's what I'm looking for.
And I will bonus action rage.
Okay.
So I'm all the rage.
There we go, they're all burning up. Okay, so 1d4 means that this guy will burn up here. -3. That guy can burn. And I think that's it. Yep. Cool. Alright. It is Barry.
Okay then. Let's keep this guy away at the back if we can. Or not. Oh no, it hits. That's good.
Send him back a bit.
Yeah, back 10 feet. Slow down 10 feet. See if we can knock him back even further. Ooh, that was almost 20.
Yeah, he stumbles back.
Oh,
Another 10 feet.
Choking.
So that's pushed him 20 feet back and he's slowed down 10 feet. That should keep him out of the way for now.
Okay.
There's no point shoving any of these yet, is there?
No, not really.
Yeah, that'll do.
Thank you for
Okay.
going after the ogre.
Which one would you like to go for? With your spiritual weapon?
Sorry, is it me again? Sorry.
Yeah.
Yes. The one that's right in front of me with a spiritual weapon.
Okay.
And then, if he's still up, then I'm going to throw a sacred flame.
Okay. There is a potential it dies. Now that you're level 5, it does kick a little bit more. 8 radiant damage. Fails to save, but it's still standing, just barely.
Alright.
You can see its flesh is burning away. Okay. Anything else as a... Oh wait, no, that's it, isn't it? Yeah, action, bonus action.
Can I just move back so that my back is to the wall? To decrease the chances of getting surrounded?
I think you and Ashanti side by side are stopping anything from getting through right now.
Okay.
You guys are the front phalanx. Yeah, they can't get
We are
behind you
back to
already.
back.
Yeah, effectively. So
As
you're
long as they
good where
can't
you
get
are.
past us, yeah.
No, they can't. All right, David. Does look like there's only 3 zombies left, but one more just walked around the corner. And this one looks like it's just been freshly resurrected.
Yeah. Oh, big guy, you're here again. Oh, jeez. Please, just you need to rest. Just really, you get beat up so bad. You got a knife sticking out your gut right now. It's not a good look. It's really not a good look. And yeah, I'm going to vicious mockery him this time. Big one.
Sorry. There you go. Yep. He's
'cause I don't have.
looking very sluggish.
Oh, he's
I
out
don't
of
think
range.
he can
of
even
me.
get back in.
Try to get to him.
Yeah, Barry's knocking him out of range. He is mocked. Takes the psychic damage and reels back. Hearing something in his head, he's like shaking it.
That's about it. I can't do a whole lot right now.
Well, that's good. Skrapp.
Right, so everyone seems to be targeting the ogre zombie, and the others seem to have the front line pretty gone, so I will continue with that. I say, but I missed my initial attack. Follow that up with my second attack.
It's less you miss and probably just hit a section of it where it's just
Yep,
flesh.
and Henrik can have the extra d6. So that's an extra.
Just-
Yeah, I did set up
goes
speech
like
for that. I
straight
don't
through
know
the
why I
rib
didn't.
cage.
Yeah, so that's an extra 12
you?
damage in total for it.
Okay, that is. Oh shit, that was minus 32. Oops.
I didn't hit quite that
He's
hard.
nearly a lot. He's nearly dead though. Okay, nice.
Right. Yep, and
One of these zombies up front.
yeah.
These feeble swipes at the front line are getting nothing done. They have not got the limbs really to pull this off. And the ogre zombie is slowed, so if he's gonna move, he's gonna go 5, 10, 15, 20, and that'll be the extent of his movement. So
He's afraid to come on
You
my
just-
side.
I can't get to your side. He's gonna have to dash, or I'll just have a ready action for now. That'll be his go. Okay. Meanwhile, you hear another kind of necrotic spell being conjured, and something in the distance begins to pull itself free from from the pile of undead. Okay,
No, it's going to be a
that's gonna be his
radiated
go.
one. Oh no.
Don't know where that one is. Actually, honestly, think those got turned to dust. But hey, Shanti, you're up.
Okay, targeting the guy just immediately south of me.
Mhm.
And first swing with my order made hand axe.
Oh, roll another d4 as well.
Oh, shoot, I'm so sorry. Can I do that after my second attack?
Yeah, you can do
Yeah.
that now.
Okay.
Ooh, you
Right.
lopped off the head of this one.
Okay. And then my D4 is roll. And another one.
Another one.
But I'm going to target the guy in front of Hulla with my offhand. So I swing with the one hand and then turn and swinging backwards with the other hand to hit the guy in front of Hulla. So here we go.
Connects. See if it remains in one piece. It does not. This thing also collapses into a burning heap.
Good.
Very nice.
Okay,
Okay.
that's all I can do. I've had my 2 attacks, and
All right. You see another zombie pulling itself along the floor towards the group. This guy has lost both of his legs in the previous battle. It's now just a torso and arms. Your turn, Barry.
I'm gonna hit the big guy again to knock him back 10 feet.
You might just kill him. He's falling apart at the seams. It's like he's one hit away.
Yeah, I'll hit him again.
There it is. And a 7 I gotta be. 7 plus. Ooh, I think I pass. Just, yeah.
Yeah.
DC 12. Alright, so he's left, gets back up on 1. And he's still like, looking
He's,
over towards you.
Before I move, actually, am I within 30 feet of him?
Mhm.
Yeah, I'll shove him this way, or I'll try to anyway.
Okay.
With Telekin. Oh, it would help if I targeted.
He's spinning around.
Nah, he passed.
Okay.
He don't move. He don't move anywhere.
Passes, and also with his held action, he charges back into the fray. And
Oh, that was his
pushes
held
all
action.
these. Yeah, all his held action goes off. He was waiting for an opening, and now these zombies have been sliced to pieces. He barges his way, kicking the corpses out of the way, and into where Hulla and Ashanti are. It would be Hulla's go as well, straight after that.
Okay. So let's target both spiritual weapon and a sacred flame at the ogre who's right in front of me.
Okay. You want me to roll that?
Yes, please.
Okay.
I'm
Checking.
I think I'm in to Foundry now.
I think
but
you are.
I'm having some
Ooh,
trouble.
I rolled max damage for once.
Yay!
Okay. Sacred.
17.
Oh, but I rolled a nat 20. I rolled a nat 20 for
Beautiful.
the Undead Fortitude. This is a beast of a zombie, but your Sacred Flame might sever the necromantic magic that is puppeteering his body. Let's see if the radiant damage gets it done.
Oh my
Another
god.
nat 20. Oh my god, indeed.
I'm sucking
It
this.
lets
this
out.
turn.
It just lets out a roar of anger. It's just not going down. Sorry about that. My rolls were a bit obscene there. Jeez, okay. And this little zombie gets right into the corner, cramped up against Shanti's side. Can't get through, so it just tries to chew on your leg. But you kick him in the face, and he's backed away again. David.
Listen, buddy. It's just not a good look for you. You keep getting hit. You keep getting up. Keep getting. Just give up already. God
I
damn it.
succeed as well. No, I failed. Okay,
You
but
totally failed,
let's
okay.
see what I get on the. Let's see what I get on the con save.
Hey.
That one, okay. Luck finally runs out.
Bardic
David-
persuasion.
Yeah, tells them to go. Just give up.
Just give up. Yeah,
It
that's
does.
about all
It
I
seems
can
to
do.
sit on the ground. It just sits on the
Nobody really-
ground, hangs its head in its in its lap, and just goes still.
Like literally lays its head on its lap.
Yeah, yeah, it's like literally, because his head's probably loose. Nice. Anything else?
It's about all. I have nothing else I can do right now.
Cool. All right,
I
Scrap.
have one spell slot, and I'm saving it for something specific.
Skrapp looks at the remaining zombies. It's just like, at this point, I really just want you to die. Just die.
Yep. Okay. Can't save. No. Back up on 1.
Should have added the
Oh my
extra,
God.
even if I'd added the extra d6. Right, well, guess
Ah.
what? You got back up, which means you get the Vex property advantage version of this. Which didn't roll with advantage, which is annoying, so I'm going to roll a d20 to see if it would have been. No, but it gets the 6
Okay.
and it's having the extra 6 too. So
It's 19.
Damn.
What's the DC?
would have
4
been
plus 10.
15.
Yeah, 15. Alright, it's still going. Damn, these fucking zombies. No wonder they've proved such a pain. Well, you know what the Deathlock's gonna do? Except it's been so long. So many rounds have gone by. But he finally brings back this guy.
Oh, God.
No.
Ashanti.
Somebody's gonna
You're
actually
up.
go after this guy. He's sitting in the back just
Mm.
resurrecting zombies.
Yep. It's a battle of attrition. Ashanti, you're up.
Okay, the guy to the south of me is still alive, right?
On 1.
All right, so first swing with my order made hand axe.
It's the big hits that are killing them. Ashanti might do it. Okay.
All right,
You see 6. Yeah,
Hey.
that one's down for good. Lopping off
Okay.
another head, adding it to the pile.
okay, and then you're gonna see, you're gonna see her. She's stuffs her axes back in their sheaths, reaches behind her, grabs her halberd, and she knows it's difficult terrain, but she runs forward and takes a huge swing at this guy right here.
Okay. Give me a
And-
dexterity saving throw because the piles of bodies are burning, and
Okay.
to prevent getting caught on fire with all the oil, I want you to just sort of see if you can leap over the top of them without catching a flame yourself. And you have danger sense, I think, or at least something that
Mhm.
gives you advantage.
Yes. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. So let
Don't
me
you?
do that. Yeah. Yes,
Danger
it
sense.
does.
Yeah, you do.
Okay,
that's
there we
better.
go. That's yeah.
13. Yeah. So
Yeah.
nearly slipping into the oil. It is all these bodies are like slippery, right? But thankfully you managed to kick off one of the bodies and land down into the fray behind the pile.
Okay. And
This guy's on the floor, so you have advantage.
yes. So upward slicing.
It's gonna kill him. Okay, DC.
Okay, does he come back up?
Yeah, let's find out. 1? No, not on that. The momentum from that landing spear attack, dragoon style, pins them to the floor, and they ain't getting back up.
Okay. All right. Can I see anybody else still alive around me, or, I mean, down the forks? I mean, does it
Yeah.
look like there's more coming, or?
Yeah, you can hear the chanting of this deathlock as he continuously brings more and more zombies back to life.
Okay.
And another one, freshly standing, seems to be in the tunnel to the south.
Okay. I'll shout that information back to everybody behind me, saying it's really slippery, but we've got more coming. So, do we want to stay with the barrier, or do y'all? Well, never mind. I was gonna say, do y'all want to stay at the barrier, or do we want to? But y'all stay behind the barrier. There's no sense in y'all risking your lives for me. So,
Barry?
Let's give some room.
Okay.
You know, I shall first try and shove. Fails. It's moved back 5 feet. And now, slam it.
Ooh, another 10.
And slowed down 10.
Ah,
And
And
then
another.
oh,
Damage.
good job.
Yep. And yeah, so I managed to move it 25 feet back and slow it down 10.
Nice job.
Very good.
Good
Sweet.
job.
And I will. I need to start moving forward, so I'm gonna try and move forward if I can.
The flaming pile of corpses are stopping you. You need to make a deck save to get over them.
I will.
Or you can
attempt.
teleport. Unless... Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I could attempt to teleport. How much? I can move to like there. But yeah.
That is right on top of the oil.
Oh, is it? Maybe
Yeah,
not
yeah.
then. I don't have enough movement to get all the way.
Yeah,
Okay.
don't risk it.
Yeah, I'll do it next turn.
Alright then, Hulla.
Okay. What I want to do is move Cerberus so that it's right in front of this guy here, and I want
You can
to.
get 20
Wait.
feet to there.
Okay.
Sorry.
Too much knocking
That's
back.
okay. Let me see. I also have Path to the Grave. So I can mark another creature's life force for termination. The next time an ally hits it, it has vulnerability to all of that attack's damage. So I'm going to curse him.
Ooh.
Wow.
You will.
That's cool.
Nice. We're seeing some channel
Oh, no,
divinity. Hell yeah.
He's 50 feet away. I have to move first. Crap. How do
You
Okay.
can get through there, but you just have to give me a deck save. And if you can make it, you won't get set on blaze. You won't get set on fire.
Okay. Dex is. No.
You're on fire.
I'm on fire.
Okay, roll a d4 again, Ashanti.
We did this to ourselves.
We did this to ourselves.
I am
Not
pretty pissed if
too
it doesn't
bad.
roll another one.
Oh,
Oh, for
there's
the
the
love of
4.
God.
You know what? That's appropriate. That's fine. That's
Oh,
fine.
jeez. Yeah.
Arr.
Yes, set blaze for 4 fire damage, but yeah, you
I'm
you
on-
mark it for death.
Not good for
Its
death.
path to the grave is now illuminated before it.
We just need somebody
darkened.
to attack it between now and my end of my next turn.
How does
Somebody
it?
please attack it. Hopefully this wasn't wasted.
No, I will make
okay.
sure it's not wasted.
Okay, David is up.
Oh. Seems like there's only one target I have that I can see. But I do need to move forward. But range. Listen, buddy. I love the hat. Really, it's kind of cool. It's all spiky, dangerous. You get this whole goth feel. But again, we're just trying to sleep. Can you leave us alone? And he's vulnerable to
Okay.
that as well. So
He
there's
is vulnerable, so he's going to take another 6.
6.
6, and he has disadvantage on his next attacks. Very nice. Okay. Did quite a lot of damage to him before he's even got into the fray, and again, I have put him on, like, injured. He didn't come back with full health when he was resurrected. In the previous battle, a bunch of his limbs have been wrecked and sliced apart.
And he's the one
So
chanting,
he's looking really
right?
close.
He's the
No,
one chanting.
that would be the death log right down at the back. You can't quite see it yet, Ashanti, but you
Okay.
will on your next turn, I assure you. Skrapp.
Right, Skrapp can honestly keep attacking from here, so, but, gonna have to
Might
move
be able to
over
bring
the-
him down.
Yeah, Yeah, let's go for it. So, alright, attack. Actually, what range am I? I'm at. I'm easily within 90 feet, so attack number 1. God damn it.
So, damn. Yeah.
I don't
So,
have anything that
leaps
can
out of the
add to
way.
that, can I? Flash of Genius only works on ability checks, so... Okay. Follow up the nut. Wow.
Oh,
Yeah.
no. This one
Um,
is far more agile. It seems the Shardlin has just given it that boost of agility to
Yeah.
leap out of the way.
Yeah, Skrapp's gonna move in front of David to act as like a human shield or kobold shield for them because I've got the better AC.
Got it. Alright. Let's bring... Now I can actually see... Now I've cleared most of the chaff out of the way of the pile of zombies. The Deathlock will resurrect the Deathlock. And the cycle continues.
No.
Yes.
Because then
More
they can bring 2 back at a
necromancers.
time.
More, 2 at a time. Ashanti, your turn.
We're in a time
Okay.
loop hell.
Yes,
the
we are.
horde grows.
Okay. The horde is not going to grow. Ashanti is going to use Adrenaline Dash. And I'm going to say, I see the chanting one, I think. And I am going to, so come over here, features. Going to Adrenaline Rush. Come on, use ability. Right, that should give me some
I've
temporary
actually-
hit.
Yeah, I've automated it now, so it does give you the temporary hit points.
Okay. And I am going to run forward. And I am going to take a huge swing with my halberd. And come on, run,
This
run,
guy
run,
just
run.
got up
Get
off the
him.
floor.
Get
He's just come back to life and now, crack, this halberd breaks his skull in.
And
For
then,
11 points of slashing. Okay.
my second attack, I'm swinging back around.
Oh, no! That's gonna kill him! That will
Amazing.
kill him without no chance of Undead Fortitude saving him on a crit. That will put him back in the grave. Nice.
That's all
And
I
from
can
here, you see
I know-
the one responsible. There he is.
do. And I know I'm in his range, but there's nothing I can do. So
That was good. Well played. Damn it. A second time I've been denied the casting power of that guy. Yeah, well, I think the zombie, the greater one, is going to rush up to try and defend the mage. And comes in with a disadvantage slam, but then I don't think double fives are going to help anyway. Then a second swing. Now there's a reason why it's 2 rounds of disadvantage, by the way. Because Vicious Mockery not only scales with damage in my game, but also scales with multi-attack. So there's 2 disadvantage attacks, which is really good. That's going to end its go as it flails around, seemingly disorientated from the voices in its head. Okay, Barry.
A burning Barry maybe comes through.
Go ahead and make a dex save.
Should we all just be on fire? 14?
No, you're good.
That's fast.
Hey!
You tuck your beard away, make sure that doesn't get caught on fire. The rest of you is pretty flame retardant from the metal.
Okay. I'm gonna try and get this guy at the back.
Okay.
Elder Blair.
Eldritch.
No.
That
I
one
said-
on the damage and on the roll.
I
That
said
was the less roll.
Elder Blair.
Oh,
Can that hit? It does. Does just hit. A 2 on the damage.
And gonna pull him forward 10 feet.
Ah! Yanked onto the and trips on the barricade here. There's a body underneath. There's two bodies underneath. He was like pulled onto the pile.
Was that my movement? Yeah, that was all my movement. I'm just out of range of what I wanted to do. I should have moved to there, but I didn't.
Anything
well.
else? Hulla?
Okay. Yep, you already know I'm going to attack the greater zombie with Cerberus, so let's go ahead and do that.
Oh yeah.
Let's hope it
Should-
actually hits. 10?
Ooh, that's a miss, I'm afraid.
Alright. And as an action, I'm going to aim for the deathlock with guiding bolt.
Ooh.
Even though I know I'm on fire.
Yes, you are. You take another D4.
I'm gonna take another. Yeah.
That's
Oh,
only one.
come on! Jesus Christ.
Oh,
Miss.
I'm
God.
running out of spell slots, and I have to roll a d4.
Oh, I've already
Are you
rolled. I
done?
only got.
Oh,
You
you already
only
did
gave
it.
you one.
You already did it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hulla is struggling to get
Still
the
on
final
fire.
blow on these guys.
Cannot attack.
But-
Sorry.
Maybe David to the rescue.
Ta-da! David gets 5 feet closer. Oh, I can't see him now.
Can you see? No, not from here.
Oh, I can. I do have a.
Just? Okay.
I
Oh,
can just see him.
Yeah. If you're not making an attack, you'll be fine.
I am making an attack, but it's a psychic
Oh.
attack.
well, yeah, well, that's what I mean. It's a save rather than an attack roll, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
Why are you running away? Oh,
he's trying to defend
I am.
his...
I am blocked. I do need to get through this. Okay.
You can maybe step into Skrapp Square, so long as you don't end your turn there.
Yeah, okay. Oh, I can see him very well there. Should be. Okay. Let's try this again.
Okay. It does make the save. This one, again, some semblance of intelligence offered by the Shardlin crown. It's making him succeed, pushing back your whispers. Ah, well. Skrapp? Is he gonna get another go before you put him down?
Hi, Scrap. You know what's, yes. They don't have any cover or anything from me there, do they?
Nope.
On my position, so... And they're still within range, so... Come on, lightning launcher, don't fail me now.
Oh my lord. The nat one's guess. Jeez. Fuck.
Yeah, I can't hit this thing.
No.
Nobody.
So
can
I
hit
like
It
to
is-
think it's, the Shardling crown is absorbing some of the lightning energy, preventing it breaking through,
It
because...
is. Yeah, that's how Shardlin be, right? It absorbs
Mhm.
magical energies readily. Okay. The Deathlock backs away, seeing that it is now the target of several of her attacks. And as it does, I feel like it is going to cast. I could go on the offensive, but I think you've won this battle of attrition. It vanishes down the hallway, Ashanti. Just weaves one final spell before it dissipates and completely melds with the shadows of the tunnel.
Wow.
I am pissed because I wanted him. So I am gonna turn around and take out my anger on
Okay.
the one behind me because I am really pissed right now. Because I was gonna throw
Okay.
my javelin at that guy and I was gonna get him with Geist javelins. He was gonna get 2 of +1 javelins right through him, and I was gonna nail him to a wall. So this guy is getting all of my anger right now because I am so mad. Okay.
Mad enough
that's
to
our-
perhaps make it reckless?
Yeah. Yeah. I will. I am furious. I will reckless attack on you. Where is reckless?
There it is.
Okay. And then I am gonna swing again because I am furious. Come on.
That's a hit. Can we get the damage done? Oh, yeah. That's going to bring it to 0. It's got DC
Okay.
17.
You're gonna stand
Ooh.
back up again.
No, he's not. I think your anger finally tore him down, and the Shardling
it's-
Crown hits the floor, shatters into pieces. And that'll end combat.
And
This guy has run the heck away.
I'm
we
just
should
gonna
we
rage.
should burn all these bodies, right? Yeah,
We
burn them
should
this
burn
time.
all of these guys. Yep.
And
Make
collect
sure
the
they.
shardland so they can't use it again.
I'm gonna
Hmm.
stop, drop, and roll to get
Yeah,
rid of
it's
this
Oh,
flame that's
yeah.
on
Oh!
me, first of
Oh,
all.
yes.
And then I'm gonna hit a bunch of guys with Sacred Flame. A bunch of
Yeah.
corpses with Sacred Flame, rather.
I just start telekinesing the bodies into the already burning bodies.
And Skrapp will help by
Alright.
using acid splash to dump acid on the bodies.
Will
I will
acid
use
destroy the
prestidigitation.
shardland?
Well, I'll do it on the zombies, not the greater zombie.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright.
How did it succeed on a dexterity saving throw? It's dead.
I don't. It would just auto fail normally, but it also it doesn't quite burn up as easily as like fire does. It's more radiant. Maybe parts of its flesh kind of shrivel and shrink away, but there's no more necromancy holding it together. It's just kind of hitting an object at this point.
So it's not helping at
That
all.
said, it's minor. Yeah, the oil will definitely get it done quicker, and you've got 2 more flasks of that, right? Is that correct? From
Me?
David?
Yes. I have 2.
Yeah, you've used Ashanti's too. So you could set up a new pile in the corridor where there already is sort of your previous one. If you want to set that ablaze, you can. Just knock off the 2 oil and say that this is the new pile of burning bodies.
Yeah,
So now you've got 2 passageways blocked off.
I just like the idea of ragdolling them about.
Sure. It gets them into position quicker, right? Rather than drag them around, you just blast them into position.
No, it's not even
Um,
blast,
okay.
just shoving.
Before
Sure.
I backed up, I
Telekinetic
picked up
shove.
all the shardland I could find. So
Okay.
I
You
think I've got a sack that I can stuff it into. Check
So
my
there was a
inventory.
crown with a few fragments, and then this Deathlock staff it also had like a gem of Shardlin, like a slither of it embedded in the top of the staff.
Yeah, so
Um,
I tried, turn the sack inside out like you're picking up dog poop. I doubt it will protect me, but at least I'm trying. So, and then
Okay.
putting I have 2 sacks, so I'm using one to try to pick up all the shardlin and one to store it all because I don't know what we're gonna do with this big pile of shardlin.
Got it. Right. Being careful not to have it touch any part of your skin. You place the Shardlin in the bag. The 2 piles of bodies are burning, and there's a great deal of smoke billowing in here, but there's
So,
nothing blocking your way.
are we going down the catacombs, or are we going to try and be stealthy, which we're not particularly good at?
I don't know.
Well-
I'm out. I am so exhausted.
Isn't the
I
goal
don't think
still
I
to
could-
try to rest? Yeah, like
I can't rage again.
I only have one more healing spell.
same.
Can
I
we
could
come
either
back?
heal or I
can we
can make
block-
you go crazy.
Can we block off these tunnels and come back later? Is that an option?
I think we need
like
to like
Go
The
back
hut.
up
really
top?
block. Yeah,
I like the
Feel-
little hut.
Yeah.
I could do the little hut again, but like it didn't last very long this time.
Well,
We need
I
to really
know.
block these out and.
I feel like if we leave and come back, whether we block
That'd be
these
smart.
tunnels off or not, there's just going to be another horde, and we'll be doing a third fight right here.
We're never gonna end this. This feels like
Yeah.
they
If we-
keep being brought back. We need to Okay, so I can take care of the one guy who was bringing guys back, the one who's dead here in this pile of bodies, but I can't get all of them. And I don't.
Yeah.
I'm
What do you mean get all of them?
Well, I can't. Like. I can cast Gentle Repose, or I can cast Funeral, which would prevent
Right.
them from coming back for 7 days only.
I thought we were just
Right?
burning the bodies so we prevent them from physically being here.
Right. I
Yeah,
would
you're
save it
burning the
for the big
bodies up.
bad. Yeah, we need to
Yeah.
save your spell slot for the
I-
big guy. When we.
I just mean like we could block off and block off and block off, but when we come to go through whatever we've blocked off, there's just gonna be a group of them behind our blockage
Yeah.
when we come through. So we'll be fighting again in this corridor.
But at least there's a finite
Nope.
amount of dead bodies down here, so at some point we're gonna run out of zombies to kill, right? So if we just
Maybe we
You,
go back
you
to the
didn't see any
throne room.
zombies emerge from this mine, by the way.
Maybe we
Just
go
from the
Catacombs?
forge and the catacombs. Yeah.
So that's my point. If we leave and come back after a long rest, we might have one big fight again and then end up exhausted again. And then we'll have to go have another rest, come back, and then there's another horde of them.
We've had 3 fights today. We've
And
had
how
to
many
fight-
zombies did we kill? Like 10?
Yeah,
Is this like 10 or 15 total? So I mean, if there's like 100 zombies, that's like 10 fights.
right. If
We
we
just do this
go
10 times and let them
Yeah.
zombies come to us. Bing bang boom. No more zombies.
And can you create
go.
the hut in the throne room in front of those doors? Maybe if
Yeah. I mean, they'll if the zombies come through though, they'll just be able to walk right past.
well, if the doors open inwards or outwards, because if they open inwards, we go in the throne room, you set up the hut. The hut should keep those doors from opening.
Yeah.
And now they'll be out there.
I mean,
but-
that's the point. They'll walk right past the throne room and go outside.
We don't want that either. I see
Like,
your
isn't
point.
that what one of the things we're trying to prevent, right?
Can we block the passage with the hut? We go up top to get more oil from the dwarves, because they'll have oil. Enough to set a couple of burn barriers up.
If we have
So
burn
that
berries,
is-
I will continuously be burning the entire time we can rest in the hut. That's maybe not a bad idea.
We just need more oil.
And
Dwarves
and
will
the
have
hut,
it.
the hut also, you can control temperature and
Yeah.
breathable air in there, which means you won't
Yeah.
smoke yourselves out.
Yeah.
That's a fine point. Yes. Important
Yeah,
to note.
I mean, the hut will be nice and cozy, and we can have a blazing bonfire of dead zombie bodies next to us.
All right. So you're gonna rush back to the dwarves, get some oil, come back and create another burning barrier in one of these tunnels. Correct?
Well,
And then or set up
how
a
long- do we think that the 2 fires currently burning are going to burn?
a while, like an hour at least, probably
Okay.
2.
So we have time. We can get behind the other burning and go with where David is.
Yeah.
We'll have time to go up, talk to the dwarves, tell them we need oil as much as they can spare, and then come back and have David set up his hut after we set out another barrel or some more
Yep.
oil, just to have it burn all night. And then we'll
Alright.
have the fire between us and we'll need to get some wood or something else to help burn.
Do you want the 2 piles here? Would you like to, or ping where you would want them set up?
Yeah, that'll do.
There? In the 2 tunnels you keep seeing zombies pouring from, yeah?
Yeah.
That
Alright.
makes sense.
Yeah, this is fine. You guys head back. They have suppliers. They have their own forges, and certainly they can also supply some fuel sources, just to keep it going, and something like timber, wood, that kind of thing. And yeah, you can set up a barricade, set a blaze to it, and just have this firewall where you you can douse it with oil, and you're pretty sure that'll keep it going for a while. Now, you guys are setting up the hut where? Just to,
Are we gonna set
want
the
to put it
hut
on the 3rd
inside
tunnel?
in the throne room, or well, because no, because it's not gonna be able to block the tunnel, because the the ceiling is too high, right?
Yeah, put it
Yeah.
here.
No, I think we need to go back to where we were, where we had it
Okay.
initially. That's where I think we need to set the hut up between us and the throne room.
It
All right.
still creates a
And
choke point. It still creates a choke
yes,
point here.
Yeah. All right.
and
You recast it there then.
Like
I
out
really
in in the hallway still though.
yes. And
Okay.
that way we can see them coming. We know if they're out there. And we are in a narrow area because that choke point seemed to really work with
Let
Hulla
me
and I
just
standing up front.
gonna go get some more throne.
You can chip off another piece of the throne, come
Okay.
back with your gem,
And
and begin to recast it.
I'm getting get our axe beaks, take them out to the dwarves outside, and say, "Y'all need to stable these somewhere safe for us."
Aye.
And
We'll stable where we did last time.
okay, and if you'll feed them and bed them down, I'd appreciate it. And
Mm-hmm.
would you please give my dog a stew bone or something for her? She's a good dog. She's a good guard dog, but she'd probably like to have something to chew on while she's sitting
All
there
right.
guarding them.
Don't you worry. We'll look after her. Okay.
Thank you.
You can recast the spell. Tiny hut. Place it in the chokehold, and begin taking the long rest again.
Everybody
And
inside. Everybody get
the,
inside.
Mm.
though you say you'll be able to see down there, I'm gonna say that the smoke is heavy obscurement.
Well, yeah, but
By
I
the
mean,
time,
if they're in front of us, we should be able to
Mhm.
see them if they start piling around the hut again.
that's
Okay, what's this
when
guy?
that's when you're gonna see them.
Mhm.
After about an hour or so, you do see 2 more zombies shambling forward. Well, they're probably rushing forward, because when they hit the wall of fire, they of course set ablaze and rush forward towards you. They slam against the barrier, and you watch them as they slowly burn 1d4 at a time.
It's all right. We just let them burn. Let them hit the barrier, and
Everybody get some sleep.
yep.
It's a good job you cannot smell the burning flesh on the upside of this. So they
Oh,
just continue to pile up. And yeah, I think with that, you guys can complete a long rest. More
Oh,
of them
for
do
good.
pile up.
God,
thank
But
goodness.
thank God.
when you wake up, it's just a field of ash and bones charred to the bottom. It's insane, like just scorch marks everywhere. Entire roof of the caverns are covered with soot. Feel free to rejig your
Uh,
spells. Give yourself 10 temporary hit points from the
Yeah.
Blessing of Lathander. One
Do
of you
I
will
get
have to rush outside
the
and.
I don't think I
Apart
get
from
that.
it.
Ooh, no, that's
No.
Because
true. You do
I'm not
not.
blessed. But 607 is, and
Uh,
607 is getting his 10
he's
temporary
living
hit
it.
point.
Yeah, he's getting
Um,
that.
Somewhere.
I'll make sure he gets someone to shoot.
I think everybody also I'm sure you've all got handkerchiefs or bandanas. Wet them and put them in front of your face before we go back out there. So hopefully it'll block some of that smoke, so we don't choke on the smoke.
Mm-hmm.
Let me know when people are ready to
Yeah.
exit the barrier.
Well, I'm definitely eating a couple of rations before we do anything else, and
Okay,
drinking a hell of a lot of water.
you got it. Let me know when you're ready to move on.
Okay,
I'll save that
everybody
for
ready? I'm
that,
dropping
so-
the barrier in 3, 2, 1. Dropped.
Okay.
Not a concentration spell, so I can't just
Yep. As we're getting ready to go, I'm going to target myself, Hulla, and Ashanti with a spell because it lasts 8 hours, and we're the ones most likely to take damage. So let's start things off with the pan and targeting something else. What the hell am I? I'm still targeting that. Let's start things off with.
I'll say that
Eight.
body's definitely burned to pieces.
So all 3 of us have 5 extra HP and max HP, and I don't know if it's
Hey.
automatically added that.
It does.
It
Yes.
is, yeah. Nice, thank you.
Really, really handy.
That's gonna
Very,
come in
Yeah.
very handy.
useful.
Yeah, which particularly on Ashanti with Rage is 10 extra hit points because of Rage.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
So's the temporary hit points. Yeah, it's
Well, it's not temporary, it's actual HP.
no.
But yeah, and the 10, yeah.
Xander.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Ashanti is extra
We've
tanky.
effectively got 140 health if it's all mundane weapon.
Can we pull anything out of the bag and
You could.
yeah.
Sure. We'll pull an animal out and see what happens.
Go for it.
you can't get up? Where are you?
Mountain goat. Oh, no walrus either.
Okay,
Alright, well,
alright.
A mountain goat sprouts out.
we'll give it another go.
Want to pull another?
Sure.
Go for
I'm
it.
gonna
Polar
Oh,
bear.
a
walk-
big boy.
I'm gonna walk up to Barry as he's pulling out these animals.
That's not
and
the
say, "Oh,
polar
yeah,
bear we
you know,
have control over, Chris. I can pull that one
Yeah,
out if you
well,
want.
Can't
You
do
know,
that
Go
one.
for it.
The
Oh,
border
yeah.
collie dog is a really, speaking of, the dogs are really intelligent. They're so clever. They can go and they can fetch things and they can stop things and they can guard things and they're really protective of.
Where are
And
you
then I go
getting
on
with
for
this?
about a couple minutes and I'm giving you tales from beyond. So I tell the story of a clever animal, and for the next 10 minutes, whenever you make an intelligence, wisdom, or charisma check, you can add an extra d6 to your d20 roll. Just in case.
An intelligence, or wisdom, or charisma check.
Yeah.
Okay.
Chris, because I didn't do it last night, I should have. Because I don't think Andy can really distract the zombies, I'm going to have her go back out with bits. So I'm going to, or at least send her up to the front because I don't want her dying of smoke inhalation in here. So I think I would have sent her with bits, knowing that they're mindless things. I mean, they're not going to be distracted by something flapping in their faces.
Mm-hmm. All right then. Okay, you got a big polar bear and a mountain goat joining the fray, and then
That
this little
will
seal
help.
flops out and just.
A little seal.
Arr! Thanks.
So which way are we gonna go?
Well, the mine, the guy we killed twice, said the mine loops around
Poor
to the
guy.
back,
Just wanted rest.
to the back of the catacombs, and maybe we can get around that way.
That's not a
Plus-
bad idea at all.
Alright, I'll send
Maybe
the mountain goat and the seal like down a separate way each, so it thinks that's might be where we're going.
Are they going to be able to get past the fire?
When the fire will be going out
It's probably
eventually,
simmered down by now. Yeah,
Oh,
it
I
would have
can-
gone
I
down
can-
by now.
Yeah. You can
but they won't help us that much, really.
Yeah.
We'll just keep them as distractions.
Okay. All right. Why don't y'all let the polar bear and the half-orc go first?
Okay.
I
Follow
think
the
we do.
half-orc.
Yeah,
I
I
tell
think.
Oliver.
Yeah.
Ashanti. I mean, follow Ashanti.
Yeah.
No. Who's killing the mountain goat?
As the mountain goat goes around the corner, you see a whole bunch of skeletal archers unleash a volley right into the mountain goat's side, and he just falls down dead before he even gets around the corner.
Yeah, knew
There's
this
some
would.
sort
Do
of
we know this?
there
Do
is
we
yeah
this?
you
I mean,
do
I saw
you can
it.
see the arrows raining down the corridor as a trap is sprung.
Wait, maybe we just like camp here and just like have them come down wave after wave.
We live
They're
here
not
now.
coming down. They don't look like they're coming down. If anything, they seem to be going on the defensive as
Oh, they're
that
just
volley
just
was
protecting.
aimed down the corridor, and yeah, it's like a phalanx of skeletal archers shooting from cover down the corridor, and the mountain goat has nowhere to hide from the volley.
I'll leave the
think-
polar bear behind.
Yeah, I'm gonna say really, really quietly. I think our best bet is still to go down the mine, circle around, see if we can get the big guy. But
Yep.
I'm gonna shout out loud, David, you're right. We should just wait in the choke point and wait for them to come to us. We'll go get some more oil to start these fires again. That's a good idea.
Okay.
Yeah, should we leave the polar bear behind to protect the dwarves?
Orbs can probably look after themselves. I think we need a meat shield.
Oh, they'd be out, wouldn't they?
On
Yeah.
They return back to the front line. I would say good morning, but we know what's ahead of us.
Don't
That
die.
was a genius idea of making a burn barrier. Seemed quite effective.
Worked for a
Yes,
little bit.
Right. What we're planning on
We have
doing.
more oil.
Excellent, because we're planning on going down. You can confirm this. We go down to the mines, we can circle back around to the catacombs, correct? If we can circle back around to the catacombs, we can come up to them from behind. So if you can maintain the burn barriers out here, make them think we're waiting for them to come forward again, we can sneak around back and see if we can take out that bad guy behind. The worst thing that happens is we're doing a pincer maneuver where you're coming at them from two sides. The bandits used to do this to the caravans all the time, where they tried to come in from two sides and trap us, so that we were fighting a battle on two fronts. This never worked for them because we were always better armed and better fighters than them. But hopefully this will work for us. They'll be trapped between the fire you've set and us, and we can get that bad guy taken out. If we can drop him, maybe it'll drop all these others.
All right, that's wishful thinking.
Yeah. I mean, I
But
assume they
that's
were
the only
just
option
like
we got.
vampires.
What?
Right.
I assume they work like vampires. You kill the main vampire, you kill all the other vampires.
Mm.
Yeah, right. So let's get to it. We're
Maybe
losing
we can
sunshine.
maybe we can have one of the dwarves come with us as our guide, and then the rest can
Well,
maintain the fires here.
it's been a many great year since we ventured into those mines, and well, the battle hammer dwarves would probably not know as well as the shield dwarves who made these tunnels. Oh wait, no, the other way around. These guys are shield dwarves. The battle hammer dwarves made them. But
I think our
we
Barry
can.
got tired of talking.
Yep.
Oh, right, fine.
Either one of you come with us, or
I'm with you.
okay.
Let's
All
get
right,
this done.
The other guys can set up and maintain the fires out here, and I think the polar
Aye.
bear needs to come with us.
Okay, you've taken the polar bear with you, yeah?
Well, it's up to the. Oh, I can't go any forward. There we
That,
go.
that
I did
you're
not
going
know
Holy
into the
that.
sun.
next map.
Oh, on top of. I'm way off the map, I think.
Yeah, you're
We live in the abyss
exploring
now.
into the. You are going into the depths of the mine. You're digging too deep.
Yeah.
All right. So it seems like Stokely Silverstream is gonna come with you. That's a great idea. Don't know where you picked that idea up.
Where did
Going
No,
into
that was
the
Ashanti. That was.
David go?
He's behind us
David's there.
somewhere.
Did you want polar bear with you?
I do,
Yeah.
but
I do. I want him. We
Yeah.
protect the
Okay.
animals.
All
The
right.
The
big animals
dwarves
that
are,
can
So,
take a swipe and take a hit.
yeah, the dwarves are holding down the fort and the tunnels with more fire.
yeah, making a racket,
all right.
making it sound like we're waiting for them to send more zombies up to them.
Okay.
But hopefully they'll have
And that.
time to build a barricade of some sort to slow the zombies
Mm-hmm.
down.
You got it. All right. So you're delving down deep into the mines of the Valley of Death. This is going to be a navigation roll from Stokely, and I guess if anyone else has good survival, he
Barry
can assist you.
should be Barry because he's
That
our dwarf.
I'm pretty
Um,
good at
Barry,
survival. I can help.
not every tunnel is the same, but I can
hey, not all dwarves come from the same tunnel. Stokely
pop a
says.
stone cunning for
Stone cunning will help. Hey, it'll
if there's
help us
any
navigate
enemies.
the tunnels. Well,
Yeah.
I hear that there used to be secret tunnels down here long ago,
Secret
and
tunnel.
definitely a stone cannon will help figure out where they are. We'll be able to feel the space on the other side. Uh, I can do the same as well, so I'll let you navigate for the first 10 minutes. So Barry, you want to give me a survival check with advantage, or would you like Hulla to do it and Hulla have advantage?
Sure.
You'll be helping Hulla.
What does your thing give me, David? Something onto my wisdom, you said?
Yeah, it get extra d6 onto
Yeah, so I'll
wisdom.
do it then.
Yeah, you
If
do it.
Nice.
my
It
cat
makes
will move
narratively more sense.
away from my screen so I can see.
And then add a d6 to that.
Oh, that was a terrible set of rolls.
20.
Next to the
Right, you can add guidance as well on top of that, David.
Ooh.
you can stack
Oh
the
yeah,
bonuses.
I'll guidance that, yeah, as well.
wait,
I
you have
forgot Hulla can do
guidance?
that too.
I have
Both do
guidance, it's
Oh, it's
automatic,
people
I
with
think,
guidance.
yeah.
We can only benefit from one guidance, but I'll let either of you
Oh.
choose to do it.
Go ahead, David.
You want me to? Okay.
But you can also benefit from a flash of genius on top of it. So that's an extra 4.
Oh my god!
16,
Oh,
20.
it's all coming together. This is great. We got stone cunning, guidance, the tales of the whatever it was, and flash of genius. Brilliant. So that makes it. What was it in total?
20.
I lost count.
From a
20.
9.
How did you turn from a 9 up to a 20? Wow, that's impressive, guys. Incredible. So, moving through these tunnels, you pick up there are certainly secret tunnels that crisscross
Secret
from one another
tunnel.
in the mountains. Yes. You actually pick up on the kind of network and realize these are used in case there's cave-ins, there's escape routes to kind of get around through one tunnel into another, and then go through that tunnel and escape. Thankfully, there's no zombies down here. It feels as though, like your undead friend said, there's no reason for them to come down these tunnels necessarily. The Shardlin is brought from the surface. They don't mine for it. And if they're trying to take over the surface, why then would they need to come down here? So, creeping around, the only sounds you hear are the occasional bat squeaking or the dripping of water that's melted snow from perhaps above. And there is one tunnel that seems to head deeper down at a really steep slope. And you kind of start to skid down it a bit. And you see it, there's this drop off right at the end of the slope. And there's this massive crevasse, a natural cavern that these tunnels seem to have opened up onto. And as you're looking around, seeing off into the distance, I think some of you have 60-foot dark vision, right?
I do. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you can just about see on the other side there is the surface of another. It's the other side of the crevasse, and it is pitted with little nooks and crannies and maybe passageways. But then your 60-foot dark vision seems to give out beyond that. On the other side of the crevasse, you can't quite see the full detail of this cavern. It's quite
And
big.
I was gonna ask Barry if he could Misty step over there with a rope. But I hate to have him do that if he cannot see exactly where he's going. I don't want him to Misty step into the middle of a wall.
Yeah, I can't unless I can see where I'm stepping onto.
All right.
Okay. Because my thought is we could have you Misty step over, and I could throw a javelin with a rope tied to the end of it, and then you could use that to secure like 2 ropes, and we could use it as a rope bridge going across the chasm.
No. It's not that I wouldn't want to try. It's that I literally can't do it if I can't
Right.
see where I'm going.
Yeah, so we need to come up with a different plan because mine sucks.
No, it was a good idea. It'd be great if I could just do it in a direction and it'd work, but I need to be able to see where I'm landing. Otherwise, it just won't move me from where I'm stood.
Okay. For my
minus
caster
one.
friends, do you remember when 607 used to make those lights?
Yes, but I do not have those lights.
Mm.
That was a sorcerer thing, I think, or that
David,
was just 607 thing.
Our friend could make a light and he could move it away from him. Can you make a light? Could you make a light
can
on
light
the
a
other
torch.
side so
Can we?
Barry could see it?
I
See
have
the
an
other
idea.
I can
side?
light a torch.
Yeah, I have an idea. Light a torch for me.
Prestidigitation, light a torch.
And the torch gets taken out of your hand and starts to move up to 30 feet away.
Nice.
Because telekinetic.
And what's the torch radius? Like 40 dim, another 40 bright, 40, 80 dim, was it? What is
I
it?
don't know about torches.
I don't
It's 2020. Okay, it's 2020. So it gives you another 40 foot of distance. So now you can effectively see another 10 feet, which is it's some distance. It's a little bit extra. Give me a perception check then, everyone with dark vision.
Yeah. That thing that you
Uh,
gave me, is it a one-off thing or is it?
Give myself some guidance before I do this.
Perception, you say?
Mm-hmm.
11 total.
13 am I, okay?
Problem is the person who needs to see it is me,
Mm-hmm.
and I've gotten that one. I have bardic inspiration though. To be fair, not bardic, DM inspiration.
Ashanti got a good 23. I think that's more than enough. Okay, just on the edge of your periphery, you can see the torches illuminating some more dwarven-looking architecture. It sticks out, the kind of blocky, square nature, the angular motifs stand out amongst the natural-looking cavern, and it appears to be the beginning of an archway. There is another tunnel, but it's on the other side of this massive crevasse, and it's not directly across from you. It's more like 60 foot down and like 70 foot along the crevasse. Does that make sense? So 60 foot down elevation wise, and then 70 foot down like across from you, like to the east, right?
There's no
That's where
actual.
you can see. No bridge, no connecting. No, it doesn't look like these were ever built to connect. It looks like you're on the edge of a mining shaft, which they've breached the wall and they've just said, well, there's nothing to mine here. Let's just give up. They didn't like continue to excavate. But
What about those
possible.
rocks above us? Are those bridges? Are those natural bridges above us?
Oh, on the art.
Yes.
There are some that span here and there, but yeah, that's above you.
Okay. There's no way to those? Could we
There
climb?
might be. You'd have to come back out, go around and search another tunnel. But
Okay, so
it doesn't
we
seem.
couldn't climb
Yeah.
the edge to get up to the bridge.
No.
Yeah.
Is Andy
okay.
able to fly
got
and
climbing
see
gear?
that? Like,
Andy, I sent Andy back because the whole
Oh.
quarter was full of smoke, and Andy's just a little bird, and birds can die
yep,
very
no,
easily.
that makes sense.
with
That makes
Smoke
sense.
inhalation. So, so if we're where the torchlight is on the artwork, is there any way those of us with the climbing kit could carefully climb up that wall and see if we could make it to the bridge, cross the bridge down the other side to the tunnel we saw, and then maybe send ropes across or something for everybody? I mean, we don't have to endanger everybody. I'm just trying to figure out a way for us to get across.
Does Mage Hand have a max range of use?
Yeah, it dissipates after about 30 feet, right?
I don't.
If you don't have.
know.
Yeah, it's got a range, and that if it
Oh, they
goes,
vanishes
the
if
hand
okay.
vanishes. Yeah.
Damn it. Because the gap is like 70 feet, you said, isn't it?
Yeah, effectively, yeah.
Damn it.
To where you can see like the archway and there looks to be like a dwarvish kind of like flagstone, right? It's a.
Yeah. I was hoping I
It's a
could move the
symbol.
hand again and see 70 feet away, but no, it disappears. That's unfortunate. Can the hand chuck the torch?
I mean, if we don't want to get rid of a torch, but then my thing doesn't have
You
as
can
big a
chuck it.
range.
Would it be able
You
to
can
chuck
throw the
it to
torch,
the other side?
potentially. Yeah, you can give me like a spell casting check. Just roll your charisma plus your proficiency.
Yeah. So my spell casting is +8.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Is it just a D20 +8 then?
Just roll it. Yeah.
Because I could thunder step
Yep.
over there
Can I guidance that?
if I can see it.
You can.
14.
Ooh.
All right, nice.
Oh,
So you
or 25,
kind of
whichever it is.
pull back with your mage hand and give it a kind of a run up to the 30-foot mark, and then release the torch, and it flies through the air, spinning, and then lands down on some flat, like pavement where the stones have been carved into the wall, and it doesn't look like a mining shaft. It looks like there's actual dwarven flag stones with symbols of like Muradin, and like you can see hammers, those kind of depictions, looking much more regal and fancy than this mining shaft that you're in. And the torch kind
Right.
of skitters and skids into that tunnel.
So the good
job,
news
Barry.
is, I can now get myself and one other person over there. The bad news is, it's going to make a loud noise. But luckily, with how big this cavern is, it probably won't be able to pinpoint exactly where because it'll echo from every single wall.
Okay, wait. I can. Do you need to speak to cast that spell
No, it's just going to make the noise when I
when you do it?
blast
Did
out
we
of
do
here.
that silence thing that y'all
As
did
I can-
yesterday?
Because I can cast silence.
As a ritual, you can.
I
Oh,
can.
oh, you can.
It's a ritual.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, but I just need to.
Didn't David cast silence for us when he was shutting the one spellcaster up?
So the
Well, I can
problem
cast
is,
it like as a spell, but I can cast it for free if you give me 10 minutes.
it
that
is
would-
verbal.
Both of you haven't. Interesting.
Well,
No.
what we did-
So, silence may be verbal, but it's not louder than
No,
a
it's
sonic
thunderstep.
boom, right?
Thunderstep's verbal is the problem.
Oh, I see.
Unless you
And-
cast it.
So we cast it where you would land?
No, you need to cast it where I come from,
Unless,
like
and
almost
this is
immediately.
and this is really weird as a thing, but you could keep most of your body in the silence and just poke your head out so you can still speak.
Yeah, but the blast is from all directions around me.
But then most of your body will be in the silence, so that should at least dampen the effect.
I think
Well-
the best option
Stoke,
is when
Stoke says, well, sound
Hey,
will travel
guys,
from you.
why don't we just, Hulla, you and I can get some really big rocks and we can make it sound like a mine collapse. There's a boom and then we throw a bunch of rocks down, clatter, 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 clatter. And they'll think it was, some part of this old mine collapsing, if they can think at all.
again they probably wouldn't be able to pinpoint where it's from because it's that loud. It'll hit every wall and just come from everywhere. But if you really want to silence it, the best option would be as soon as I disappear with whoever, place it down after, like soon as.
So you say silence, and then are you say thunderstep, and on the P they say silence?
Yeah, pretty much.
Can you do
Yeah.
it near simultaneously? I don't know,
Yeah.
DM ruling? Would that work?
It's going to be
A rugged
normally
silence.
sound will travel quicker than you can finish a silent spell.
Okay.
But if you want to try to minimize the sound, because sound travels out in a wave, if you were behind the silence and cast your thunderstep through the silence onto the other side, technically the sound would never reach where you're going from. This is really hard to describe, but
Yeah, it would
Try
only
and
go.
draw
It
it
would
out.
only travel backwards and not forwards.
exactly. Yes.
We will
that's what I'm
attempt to
saying.
do that.
Here's you.
You may have lost
There's
me
your
there,
thunderstep.
but I'll. Okay.
Oh,
You
this is
basically
the
put your
sound coming
soundproofing in front of you.
from Barry. Yeah. Does this make sense?
I think so. Yeah. If this is the silence here.
That drawing.
Yeah. but no sound will go off from in that direction. The barrier will block the sound.
This is like some sort of like prophecy drawing you'd see on a cave.
Yeah. You're creating a dead zone. Anyway, if you'd like to try and do that, that's fine. Go
Before you
on.
do
Yeah.
this, can you tell the polar bear what's happening since you control him? Because we don't want him to get scared and startled when you disappear and there's a loud explosion.
Well, that's also a thing. Should we send the polar bear back? Because there's no way a polar bear is going to tightrope across, if that's what we're aiming for.
Unless you thunderstep with the polar bear.
Can I do that with a large creature?
I don't know, it's your magic. You tell me.
You can bring along. I was just going to teleport one willing creature of your size or smaller.
Right, so we just need to fatten Barry up, and
Does anyone have?
Enlarge, reduce. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. This is stupid. But no, I don't think anyone does.
Anyone?
I don't have enlarged, no.
Oh,
Alas.
that's a shame.
Yeah.
All right, well.
Well, is the polar bear truly a large creature or a medium-sized creature?
It's
large.
It's very big. Very, very big.
Yeah, I guess we'll have to send the polar bear back to help the dwarves at the choke point.
Let's get you over there first, all right?
Right, who wants to come with me?
This is only getting Bebry and one other person, right?
Yeah.
What's our plan for
now,
everybody
yeah.
else?
Well, if we can build a rope bridge, we can get across. So that's what we need to do is get Barry across, then get a rope to him, and I think that mage hand thingy might work.
Yeah, maybe I can grab your javelin with a rope on it. So.
I can throw it, and
Right.
if you can mage hand catch it, if it goes off course, and then if you can tie one low and then one waist high, we can put our feet on the lower one and hold the upper one, and kind of scoot across that way. That way we're not tightrope walking it.
All right, sounds good.
And our hands will never leave the top rope.
So the person.
Even if
Well, I got some hammer and pittons with me, so I can hammer in the rope.
So are you wanting to come with then, Stokely?
Aye, I'll come with you.
All right.
I'll leave some pittons here. He gives you a handful of pittons and a hammer, and he grabs onto you, Barry. All right, let's do it.
Okay. Well,
Yep.
Does he jump on my back?
Why not?
Oh my god. Right. Are we
Not.
I'm ready.
Okay.
You know, if we had one more dwarf, all we'd need is a trench coat.
No, that's kobolds.
Anyway.
All right, so you cast thunderstep?
Yeah, are we doing a silence barrier or
Yeah, we're doing a silence barrier.
a silence barrier?
So the silence barrier, yeah. The you would break the sound barrier as well with that thunderstep. But yeah, you hear this raucous thunderstep crash off into the tunnel behind you, and let's see, let's roll for cave-ins. I'm pretty sure, like, we'll say an 88 or higher.
To be fair, it doesn't state that it affects stones or rocks or anything like a shatter states.
Sure, but loud sound in a mine that hasn't been occupied or maintained for a long time.
Yeah.
So there was a slim chance that was ever going to happen anyway.
Oh my god, so much deafenings.
There's a lot of silence going on. The thunderstep has no sound when you land, Barry. You do not hear the thunderstep. It's almost as if the sound is kind of you maybe just hear an echo of it. You don't hear like the full blast. It's very odd. You can hear the echo though, because it bounces off all the walls from behind and then bounces forward again.
It's
it's kind
quite
of
dim by that
stifled.
point.
It's still loud.
Sort of. Yeah,
Oh.
it is loud, but it's not like it's not crazy deafening loud, right? With that, you are able to make it to the other side, and if you would like to, you can do as you say. Get a rope.
Right to my
Um,
javelin and throw it over.
Yep, you throw it over. Barry can catch it with the mage hand.
Okay.
You secure it and hammer it in. You could stay in the silence as you're hammering as well, I guess. And then you can start to make your way down.
We'll need to do it twice because we need a lower rope to put our feet on, and then one at waist
Right.
high to put our hands on. So if we slip on the lower rope, we at least have our
Got it.
hands on the
Right.
upper rope and can catch ourselves.
Yeah, so we're
So
climbing
you
over a
you
60-foot
effectively
gap.
need you need
Yeah,
four ropes in total. 4 50-foot ropes.
Yes, we would need. Yes,
I've got
I've-
one or two. How many do I have?
I should have one.
At least one.
I have one.
Shanti's got one. You've got one. Yeah, you do. You have 3 between you, and then
Oh.
Stokely has also got one.
Excellent.
He came equipped. There you go. All right. This would normally be a roll, but I'm assuming that everyone's just tying themselves to this rope to make sure that there's a lifeline.
Well, yes,
If you were
and we're
to-
holding on. I mean, because we're basically
Mhm.
with the upper rope. I mean, we're using that
Hold on.
to balance ourselves and hold on while
Mhm.
we inch across on
Perfect.
our feet. And if we slip, then at least we're holding on. And I don't have a problem tying a belt, or a rope around my belt and then
Yeah.
around the center one just in case my hands slip too.
Yeah. A lifeline,
We've got,
so to
we've
speak.
got, yeah, we've got climbing gear with us.
You do?
So I'm almost sure because didn't you have it, Hulla?
Climbing gear?
Yeah, I thought
I've
you
got
had climbing the
I've got
mountain.
I've got pittance and a
Yeah,
pickaxe and things.
okay, yeah, that's what I've got. I've got pittance. But I thought you had actual
Hmm.
proper climbing
Do I have
gear.
a climbing kit? No, I don't
No.
think
Okay.
so.
Not in your
Yeah.
character, no.
Okay.
Don't see one.
Okay.
Don't
Well, that's fine. I
Grappling
have
mean,
one either.
Oh.
we've taken as much precaution as we can.
Mhm.
Okay.
So,
All right. In that case, everyone can give me athletics checks with I'll say with the 2 ropes, one to steady your, one to kind of walk across, one that you're holding on to. You can roll with advantage.
Nice. Nice.
Auntie's fine. Hulla's good.
Oh.
Ooh. Ooh, can I guidance
David?
David?
Oh. Wait.
Scrap?
no, crap. No, 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 no.
2
What
ones.
just happened, Scrap?
2 ones.
Scrap. Scrap. No.
You have inspiration?
You the...
I
Jamey?
can technically make that a 9 by myself.
And
Okay, I can give you 3 to make it a 12.
Because I can do Flash of Genius, and I can activate my Armor of Magical Strength to use
Yeah.
strength.
Need to. Definitely.
Yep, so I'm
Well-
gonna Flash of Genius and use 1 use of my Armor of Magical Strength.
Oh God. Okay.
So that's
yeah,
a
you feel your
9.
hands
And then it
kind of
adds
slip when suddenly your hands lock in like a vice and just mechanically grip on, and you're left there swinging for just a moment.
Then
Did
Before
we
you have to, like-
bring the polar bear with us?
no,
I
it's
thought we-
Polar
gone.
bear hasn't gone
Back.
yet.
Okay, I just saw a roll for it.
Meanwhile, David is not faring just not much better with 6.
Oh.
Yeah, there's a moment where you feel your feet kind of give way, and you're like tangled up. You're trying to grab a hold of it, and your arms are like stretching, beginning to fall, and the rest of you can see like frantically trying to put his feet
David
back up onto the rope, but
tie
doesn't
a
have the
rope?
strength like the upper body to hold their weight, especially when the angle of the rope is kind of tilted, and it's like slightly burning his hands away, and it looks as though they're about to lose grip on that rope.
Would they be within range to telekinesis them back into place?
Or can I just reach over and grab him?
Or that?
You're all
Like
on this rope together?
I was
That's
gonna say
crazy.
that
Well,
I would think that we were doing this one at a
one by
time
one.
more.
I cast
Yeah,
sleep
Yeah,
on
because you
very-
all
don't
of them.
yeah,
No.
you don't want everybody to you don't want people to make the rope the lower rope unsteady
Mhm.
for the ones
That's true. Okay.
behind them.
All right. So not
Um,
within grabbing distance.
but
Uh,
if he
If you wanna-
tied his belt to the one that he was holding, did he do that? Did he secure himself as a double precaution? 'Cause you were talking about that, Chris, about us tying
Yeah,
ourselves to the rope, and
that's
I
what I
said
was
that would be,
asking.
you know,
I
And
didn't
I
realize
was
I was
like,
doing
well,
this the whole time.
oh shit. Oh, was you gonna say something?
Oh, I was been muted for like 10 minutes. I didn't realize. Can somebody maybe, I don't know, have a way to hold me up? Hold me up?
did you
There's
tie yourself to the rope? Did you?
telekinesis.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I'm not strong enough to trust myself holding onto a rope.
Okay.
I
Well, there
built
is
it
a
around.
belt around the you see Barry sees your grip full, and your rope. You end up falling. Now, like I say, it's at an angle with a 60 feet like descent. It means that the rope is almost like a zip line, if anything.
Yeah.
As David begins to kind of like fall, it starts to burn away, and Barry is there trying to. When they're in range, when they start to slide towards them, they use telekinesis. Yeah,
Yeah.
try and shove them back up. You can move them in any direction.
I think it's either towards me or away from me.
Okay, so you want to push them away from you because you're underneath, you're below them, right? So by pushing away, they're kind of up and at an angle again. So it sort of breaks their fall from where they were colliding towards the cliff face, and you kind of like steady them with a poof, with a pulse. And I guess David, you can give me another athletics check to try and grab a hold of the rope and lift yourself up and stop you from sliding it down. That's better. Can you
Guidance?
guidance it?
Yep.
Okay, 11. You do manage to grip on. Ropes slightly burn your palms, but you're able to like lift yourself back up with all your strength and steadily make the final descent. And you look down. You've no idea how far the drop is. Possibly goes all the way into the Underdark at this rate, but jeez, you've made it here at least into what looks to be the entrance to the catacombs. And there are a number of different flagstones representing gods to the dwarven pantheon. And as you begin to meander down this tunnel, you see many a tombstone, many a sarcophagus, lids littering the floor. Already, someone has come through here, and there's perhaps just the faint stench of undeath, like rotted flesh that's been freshly exhumed from their resting place. This catacomb must be vast. How do you go about trying to find the tyrant of the Underdark down here?
Well, first, I'd like to say I'm so sorry to our companion. These are his ancestors, and it must be very hard to see that they were. Desecration has occurred.
Desecrated. Aye. They'll pay for this.
So I just want you to know that we recognize your loss. Okay.
Alright.
Having said that, can we hear anything? I mean, surely if there's a spellcaster raising armies of dead, they're going to be shuffling around. They're going to be, you know, getting up and moving and everything.
That is surely one way to find them. You can all make a perception check to try and listen
Okay.
close to the earth, close to one of these tunnels. Maybe you can hear the chanting echoing down the tunnel. Some nice nat ones
No,
coming
we
in.
can't.
Some below tens. We got David though coming in.
I may not be good at strength stuff, but I like to listen.
You not only hear the sounds of murmuring, you perhaps also hear the spirits of these forgotten heroes, these forgotten nobles, the undead, perhaps under their own breath, are cursing the ones who raised them. And it's like it's like a trail of these voices somewhere down here. You can hear them sort of again, just cursing the one. Akar Castle. Akar.
The guy.
Akar.
Oh my
Does
god,
everybody hear that? You
there's
guys
loads of
hear that?
birds. Lots of birds down here.
It's the tyrant. Akar Kessel.
Oh.
He's saying his own name?
No.
What?
I think it's I don't know if it's to him. I think it may be something else. Like cursing him or something like that.
Praying to him?
Maybe. Either way, we gotta move quietly.
Yeah, I'm not hearing very well down here. It just sounds like they're saying car, a car, a car, over
You can't
and
hear
over.
any of that. You don't hear the voices, only David can.
There's just lots of birds just making noises down here.
Being one that has literally communed with the dead, it's like there's just this faint murmuring of them.
Yeah, we're
Just
I don't
close. We're close, but we gotta move quietly. Very quietly.
I am so sorry. Katie got stung by a wasp, and she's at the emergency room, and she's having heart palpitations right now. They're going to give her
Okay.
Benadryl.
You gotta
So
go.
yeah,
better go.
I need to go. Play Ashanti like she normally would. 2 axes if I need, order made offhand, or 2 swipes with her halberd. Whatever it takes. All right.
All right.
Yep.
Love
No
you all. I'll
worries.
see you next week. All right. Bye.
Okay.
Yep.
Good luck.
No worries. Take care.
Bye.
Looking at time,
All right.
we may just wrap up after we get to that next. When we obviously get to the actual catacomb itself, I feel like you're close, and you trailing the voices of these long forgotten ancestors. They're leading you. They're communing
gonna-
with you.
I'm gonna guide everybody based on where I'm hearing the voices and just point in the direction that I feel that we should be going to meet them.
Before long, you also begin to see there are lit candles, braziers. Someone has been down here lighting the way. And that's when the rest of you begin to hear the chanting murmurs of something in the distance and the kind of stretching and flexing of sinew and flesh amongst it as well.
I think I got that one. He misses his mum.
I think
That
we're here.
common? can understand what that was all about. What's
That might be Akar Castle raising dead things. We may be. Yeah, this will be fun.
we're here?
Oh, look at
Oh.
that artwork.
Okay.
Oh no. It's the
As
guy,
you
it's the guy.
The
The guy
guy.
you saw from your vision, Hulla, made manifest just beyond a ring of occult-looking candles. You see the figure hovering there, slowly weaving his magic hands of
That symbol
claw.
on the floor.
Yes,
Never
you
mind,
can
never
ignore
mind.
that.
Never mind.
You can totally ignore the symbol. It is rather than some sort of Cthulhu-esque thing. It's more like a
Oh, I was like,
necromantic symbol.
okay.
A Hydra symbol.
Oh, it's Hail Hydra,
Yeah.
yeah.
Hail Hydra.
And we're gonna put a. All right, you guys. We're gonna have to actually put something over the top of it, aren't we? Just to make sure you don't get confused. Where's my?
Well, isn't there a one of the factions something with octopus? One of the thieving factions or something with an octopus? That's what I was thinking. In Storm King's Thunder or something.
in Storm
there was
King's
one.
Thunder there is. Yeah. There's
That's
the I don't remember what they were called. The octopus
can't remember.
people,
Yeah, I can't remember the call.
mafia, whatever.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Ah, yes. The undead is run by the mafia.
Here you go. There. That's necromancy symbols.
What?
I don't see it.
All right. No? Do you see it now?
Oh, there we go.
Now I
There we
see
go.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. Now it's
Ah.
necromancy. Cool.
They've painted over.
All right.
They've painted over
Now
it
it's a
with
bunch of horseshoes for good luck.
That's necromancy. All right. So beyond, the figure turns slowly, and it's almost like your presence was already kind of known as you breach the entrance of this massive catacomb, stepping down onto the ruined palisade. There's statues of Muradins chosen, perhaps either decapitated here or crumbling away from time and ruin. In the distance, you see as his hand, clawed, weaves over the tombstone, and you see it lift effortlessly, and a shock of lightning kind of surges forward. Purplish tendrils of magic tie and wrap around something inside that you can't quite see from this angle. But you see the kind of like sarcophagus rumbling and shaking, and the figure turns towards you and beckons you.
More. I need more champions to join my army. Come forth. Your service begins soon.
And that is where we will end tonight's session.
Okay. Okay, that's not good. None of this is good. That's a big chamber. And big guy at the end is scary. I don't like it.
Okay. I can attack
Yep.
from here.
How far is this? 100 feet?
Yeah, I can attack from here. I don't need to go any closer.
And I
You
can
say so.
guiding bolt that, and I can silence that. What else
Well,
can I
let's you
do?
plan here between here and next week. But that's what you're kind of looking at. You not got a good layout of the full room, but I think you can see enough to start strategizing. Right, we'll see you all next week. Hopefully, nothing bad's
Yep.
happened with Brandee's.
Yeah, we shall see you next
and we'll be
week.
back. See you next week. Bye bye for
Bye
now.
for now.
Bye.